And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards and the school teachers. Shout out to law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel. Whatever your job description is, shout out to you. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wish good for others as much as you wish good for yourself. This is my third upload for the morning. This one is live. The people who have been tuning in all morning, they keep going to the video. You know what that show me about, you know? That shows me that you ain't really tuned into the videos, you just tune into the lives. But hey, I can't tell you what to like and what not to like. So they tune into the videos I put up this morning. Information is running fast, right? And we're trying to keep up with information and deliver quality content at the same time. So it takes a while to put this together and make sure it get out there before it gets stale. So once you have all the information, it makes no sense to hold on to it. All right. In doing that, we have to do what we're doing, and then the people, of course, are thinking it's probably another video SouFlo just put up. So I'm gonna wait till later to watch it. Cause I'm not done watch the other two yet. And based on that, they're not here yet on this live. So we are looking at the chat, waiting for them to come in. I don't see nobody in the chat this morning. But okay. Or is it that I cannot see my chat? Let me see. It's on members only mode. Can't see the chat. The chat's on another screen. Anyways, for the 30, 46 people and we're in here, we're going to get started anyways, and the rest can join us later, right? We have a couple of things to talk about this morning. Our list is pretty 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's have 5 topics. I really wanted some people in the chat though. Cause I don't feel for go live with 5 people or 46 people in here. So let me see what I need to do about this chat. Take the chat there, so show the chat and see. Okay, let me see if my chat is showing up. So I have a thing where I go on also, right? Where the chat is not showing up on the screen that I am broadcasting on. So I have to have a separate device for the chat. So I'm waiting for that device to catch up, because I can see myself on that screen and it's not in time with this screen. So we'll wait to see it catch up. See it there? I'm just a move. We'll wait to see it catch up. And once it catch up, then we can go into the topics. Da da dee da da da. So we're live. We're live. Let me send out a share so everybody knows we're here. Or they're probably caught up in the the P Diddy video that we just put up this morning, or the Tory Lanez video we just put up this morning. Let's see. Let's share that right there. All right. Mommy, you okay? Yeah. Okay, Munch. Come see me when you're ready. No, man, something not going with the chat. Hold on there. Let me kill this all together and start this over. Right, and so. See. All right, so we're going to do the live regardless, right? And then I have to go catch up to it later. Which shows my green name people that you got to stay on point with the material. Them show up this morning, you know. 93 watching, not one of the 93 people who are watching our members are green names for the chat. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and then they'll catch up later. So the phone lines are open. If you have something to say, you can call in. Let me put the number for them in the chat right there. So the phone line number is 1-806 587-8953. We're not going to wait any longer. And you can call in. WhatsApp call-in is free. All right there. 1-806-587-8953. Calling by WhatsApp is free. And we will pin that information right there. Pin the message. And we will keep it moving. Yeah, so okay. 110 watching. Not one of you 110 that's watching is a member of this channel. Is one member is here and it's Sharon Ingram. Morning, Sharon Ingram, and morning to the 110 people who are watching who are not members. You might want to get a membership, you know, because then you're in the chat and then you can chat to other people in the chat and all these other kind of things. Like when we do exclusive material, you can be a part of it. It's only $9.99 a month. I'm sure you can afford $9.99 a month. And don't worry, you're not going to make me rich because I don't get whole of the $9.99. If you spend $10, YouTube must take about $5.50 or something like that, and I get the rest of it. So that's how it go, right? All right. Trauma D Star, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. We're going to keep going with the live. We put up 2 videos this morning already. The people them think that I'm not coming live this morning because they saw those 2 videos already and they already tuned in twice to 2 videos and it was 2 videos and not a live, so they're not answering the live now because they think that it's another video upload and not a live. All right, with that said and cleared up, white South Africans have arrived in the USA as black and brown people are being deported out of the USA. All right, we're going to talk about that one this morning. The white South Africans arrived yesterday. Diddy and Cassie details day 1. We're going to talk about that. I understand that a lot of you women have been in abusive relationships or seen other women who have been in abusive relationships and you're a bit jaded. Please don't bring your anger to me this morning. Direct your anger to the man that offended you, not to me. Me and you never in a no relationship. Me and you are looking at something that is happening in court and we're casting our judgment based on what we have observed. Me I want to know from now enough, because some of you get carried away and because of your own hurt, you kind of take it out on whichever man I talk to you now, like closest to you, having this conversation with you. So white South Africans arrive in the USA as blacks and browns are being deported out. There are more white South Africans on their way in. Diddy and Cassie details day 1 their case. Sean P. Diddy Combs' trial has started. We will be doing a day-to-day update on it because we'll be following it and then relaying all the information to you and, of course, having our live discussions about it as well, which makes it even more fun. And then Tony Braxton for Reggae Sumfest lineup. I just had something to say about that. It wasn't really no big deal, nothing deep to get into. I was just going to say. And then the trial of Noel Maitland, the guy who is responsible, or the guy who is allegedly responsible for the death or disappearance of Donnelly Donaldson. There's an update to his trial. His trial is about to start. And then there's a story here about a man in Jamaica. His family reported him missing, and only to find out that he was killed by police and placed on ICE, and they were holding on to his body. Not ICE, the immigration outlet from America. Then put him on ICE to chill, where you put dead bodies, while they were given a bunch of runarounds. And this story, I think, kind of reiterates why I said that the JFJ, Jamaica for Justice, is actually a very needed organization, and don't let anybody use you to fuel that propaganda that they are anti-police, so don't work with them, right? Hi, mommy. Hi. All right, come. You ready for your what do we call this? Outfit check. Outfit check. Say good morning. Good morning. Let me take off my glasses. Coming ready for reading. All right. And for those of you who are wondering, I don't wear glasses. I don't need glasses. I can read really well from far. I just use them for these big old bright lights. I say that all the time, right? And then I see me out the road and them same way. I think so plus them never wear glasses. They feel comfortable, so sometimes I'll wear them outside as well. Pretty. You ready? Oh, your hair smell good.
My mommy put
Your mommy put something in it. And you just looking at yourself like that. You see that pretty little girl right there?
I did not another picture.
No, I'm saying if you see that pretty little girl right there, that you right there, right there. All right, let's do outfit check. Get Milani out the door. You see all those? Look at the pink hearts, mommy. Look at the red hearts going up too.
What did Jay say?
Those are names. So the ones are in green are people's names. Lil Red Gucci, thank you for being here. Grace James, Perlis123, Onika St. John, Nance, Sean Cassell, Ferran, big up yourself. PG is in the building as well. All right. So now you're seeing yourself on two screens. But look at those red hearts and those pink hearts. Those are for you. See them? Over there, over here. See?
Yeah.
All right. Come show off your little outfit and get out the door so Daddy could get back to this. Want to stand on me? Oh, I like this.
Yeah.
All right, so Milani's gonna show off what she's wearing to school today, and then she'll be on her way. And then, we get back to what we came to talk about. So, today is a jeans day, and Mommy gonna wear her jeans. I like these jeans, Mommy.
And Mommy's gonna pick me up.
Mommy's gonna pick you up,
And Daddy.
and Daddy's gonna pick you up.
Can you give me some baby chips?
I will. I got it yesterday. Okay, so Milani's showing off her jeans. Jeans with elastic in the waist and some little something. I don't know. We're running through this one pretty fast. And show your shoes, mommy.
Yeah.
You gotta keep it on the screen. And those are the shoes we're working with today. And with a lot of pink in it, which matches her hair. And then what shoes is those?
The pink shoes that you got from Walmart.
Yeah, but what's that?
Princesses.
Princesses?
Yeah.
Okay, your princess sneakers. Okay. Well, I forgot to tell her, I said, you don't have to tell people where you get stuff from. Just say. Because you always be like, I got those from Walmart. I got these from Target. I got these from Marshalls. I got these from. You don't have to tell the people where you get the stuff from, You just, you know what I'm saying? And I like this right here. And it's very fluffy and feels good. And of course, you got to show off your little pretty face. Show off your pretty face. There you go. And show off your pretty eyes and your hair. And back around to the other side. Okay. Who does your hair?
Mommy.
Mommy. All right. Tell the people have a good day.
Have a good day.
Give me some love up.
Mm.
I love you.
Mm.
I love you. I'll see you later, okay? All right. Go. Later, munch. Bye-bye. Go have fun. Daddy, see you later. All right. No, Milani. What, Milani?
Yeah.
What was that? She grabbed something out the door. I think she grabbed one of her brother's toys. Kai's very funny about his toys, especially where his sister is concerned. He'll like play with her stuff, but when she touch any of his stuff, he loses his mind. I don't I don't know. All right, so here we are. Where do we start out this morning? I'll have you start us out. This is up to the people in the chat. The people in the chat whose names are in green, you pick where we start. Do we start with the white South Africans that have landed in the U.S.? Do we start with the Diddy and Cassie, or Diddy trial? White South Africans, Diddy trial, Noel Maitland trial, or missing man? You choose. 60 seconds. Go. If you don't choose, I'll choose for you. It is now 8:58, so 8:59, 60 will be the cutoff time. Missing man, get the Africans out the way. Great goodies. One missing man, one Africans, one Noel Maitland. Damn, coming in hot with 3 different ones. We're gonna need more people on that then, because we're equaling 3 right now. Missing man, Africans and Noel Maitland. We got two Noel Maitland, so Noel Maitland has taken the lead. I think it's going to be Noel Maitland so far. Let's see. All right, time is running. Time is running. Vote or someone will vote for you. I know majority of you don't even care where we start, as long as we start with something, not true? All right. So Noel Maitland is leading the way. Noel Maitland, it is Noel Maitland. Karen noticed. Y'all are not very interactive this morning. Coming like the people and when they're at a concert. Wave your hands in the air and nobody waves. Grand rising to all. Foxy GTV, thank you for being here. Missing Man, and then another Noel. So Noel is still leading with Missing Man being right there behind that. And we have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Noel Maitland it is. Okay, Noel Maitland is a police officer, as we all know, for the people that somebody said, why do you always repeat stuff? I repeat stuff because people discover us every day. New people discover us every day. So if you always want me to pick up where I left off, I will alienate a lot of people because some people don't know what the hell we're talking about. They're just meeting us today, right? So pardon me if it seems a bit repetitive. However, I have to get everybody on track that is tuned in today so they understand what it is we're talking about today. So Noel Maitland is a police officer in Jamaica who was dating a young lady by the name of Donnelly Donaldson, who he is pretty much older than her. He's a more grown, seasoned man and a police officer. And she was a local, I wouldn't say a local celebrity of sorts, but she was, because she was on TV network, but she was also very popular on social media, content creator, influencer, for lack of better term, influencer, right? And she went to his house one day and she ended up missing. Has never been seen or heard from again, but they have gathered enough evidence to say that she is dead. And I mean, they, as in law enforcement, had gathered enough evidence through their investigation to come to the conclusion that she's dead and he needs to be charged with murder. And he is not being cooperative, so they don't know where the body is. He is still maintaining his innocence, saying he does not know anything. And this is the update. So just to get everybody on par, the murder trial now for the constable, Noel Maitland, who is implicated in the 2022 killing of his girlfriend, Donnelly Donaldson. That murder trial will begin tomorrow. Today is the 13th of May, 2025. The trial begins on the 14th of May, 2025. For all the people who've been saying, SouFlo, what happened to the Noel Maitland or the Donnelly Donaldson case? Justice for Donnelly, justice for Donnelly. Here is your update. The trial begins tomorrow. All right. In the home circuit court, after the court gave permission for 3 witnesses to testify remotely. So whoever these 3 witnesses are, they will be testifying from overseas. And their testimony is not to the benefit of Noel Maitland. It is to the benefit of the prosecution. There was so much evidence found in this investigation that I thought 3 witnesses testifying from overseas, if they didn't get permission to do so, it wouldn't be a game changer. But the prosecution wants to hit all the nails on the head, drive them into the coffin, make sure that they have a solid case so they don't end up losing this case by default or by anything else. So the proceedings will open with the empaneling of the judges. The judges will, the jury rather, the jury will get on panel. The trial was scheduled to start April 28th, but had been delayed by special measures application by the prosecution in which the court's permission was being sought. So they were looking for the court to give permission for the people overseas to testify remotely without them having to fly into Jamaica. to testify. The court took some time to say, weigh the options, yay or nay, and they came back and said yes, they can. So now the trial is ready to start. Deputy Director of Public Prosecution Claudette Thompson had indicated that the outcome of the application would determine whether the trial proceeds. Maitland, who has been in custody since July 27th of 2022, is charged with murder and preventing the lawful burial of a corpse because they are convinced that he did it based on all the evidence they have gathered, and he has not told them where her body is. Donnelly Donaldson was 24 years old. She was a social media influencer who was pretty popular, and she went missing on July 13th of 2022 after she was last seen at Noel Maitland's home 2 days earlier. Prosecutors also disclosed that forensic analysis established that blood stains that were found on curtains and on a pair of shoes, sneakers inside of Noel Maitland's Chelsea Manor St. Andrew apartment were from Donnelly Donaldson. The court also heard that on July 13th, the constable, Noel Maitland, allegedly took a sofa to a car wash to be cleaned, claiming that his cousin had injured himself and had messed up the furniture. That piece of furniture was then put on a truck and sent somewhere and never to be seen again. He told them that he dumped the piece of furniture downtown and somebody must have taken it. They don't know where it's at. According to an attendant who assisted Noel Maitland in washing the couch, that attendant, police also spoke to them. You know, doing their investigation. Where did the couch go? Well, my car go to the car wash. So the police said, okay. They went to the car wash. They asked, hey, anybody around here did see a green couch come through? Who was the attendant who helped wash the green couch? And they actually found the attendant, and the attendant testimony or the attendant's statement said that the couch was full of blood, and blood was just pouring out of one side of the couch, right? To the point where Noel Maitland said his cousin cut his hand and bleeded upon the couch, and the person replied and said, him must have dead then, because this amount of blood, anybody bleed this amount of blood, then bleed out. Maitland had reportedly hired a truck driver to transport the couch, and he had also reportedly tried to trick his landlord into deleting closed-circuit television footage or CCTV footage at his apartment. Remember that one where he told the guy, yo, me did outside I smoke a little spliff, you know, but me a police officer, so I don't want my superiors to come across a footage of me smoking ganja, because them think they might hurt me in my promotion at work and stuff like that. But by the time he got to that man with that, the news had already made it to television and front page paper, and social media was buzzing with what was happening. So he looked at Noel Maitland, and he said in his own account, he was like, when him came to me and tell me about the smoking something, me never see my smoke anything in the video. So I was like, something very suspicious about the way he was being so adamant about me removing the footage, right? Looking out for him and removing the footage. So that even made me turn the footage over to the police, because it looked like he had something to hide. So thank God for those people. Noel Maitland had reportedly hired the truck driver. Truck driver dropped off the couch. They don't know where the couch is. The prosecutor had further revealed that a cell site analysis, this is the cell towers telling you where a cell phone was, at what time of day or night, your location, pinging off the towers. The cell site analysis showed that when Donnelly Donaldson's cell phone finally went off grid, disappeared, could no longer be tracked, it was right there with Noel Maitland's cell phone, and Noel Maitland's cell phone kept on working fine, right? They have a whole heap of evidence And that was the network on July 12th in the vicinity of Noel Maitland's apartment. That's where it was last located. And Maitland's cell phone was at the same location at the same time and kept on working. Attorney at law Christopher Townsend, Chadwick Berry, Sanjay Smith, Casey and Kennedy Sherman are all four attorneys who are representing Noel Maitland. So the constable has four attorneys representing him. Yeah. All right. So that is that for the update of the Noel Maitland stuff. I've looked at all the evidence that they've put out, and by my own, remember, I know my my opinion is not what counts in court. There, believe it or not, there are still people out here who are saying that he's innocent. I don't know how after they found all that evidence, you can say he's innocent. He's obviously guilty. To me, is my opinion, based on all the evidence I've seen so far. Not only that, the biggest piece of evidence, which I said from the very beginning of all this, I said Noel Maitland walked into the apartment and the apartment complex had cameras. We found out later there were 6 or 7 different cameras that were trained in that direction. So all the different cameras show the same thing. They all show Donnelly and Noel entering the apartment complex and walking into his apartment. All cameras shows him exiting the apartment, not Donnelly. She never exited. So that is where I got that from, where I said she in at the couch. Y'all remember that 2 years ago? Boy, time flying up. Because I feel like I said that yesterday. But we said that 2 years ago. I said she in at the couch. And he's not going to say where she is because he had to dismember her to put her in the couch. For the people who keep on saying Noel didn't do it, it was his baby mother who is a police officer that did it. And he's trying to cover up for her. When you listen to me and listen to me good. The only way they were able to rule her out was from them 6, 7 video cameras footage. She was never seen going in. She was never seen coming out in the space of any of that time. Therefore, that's a strong alibi. Unless she went in as a vapor and couldn't be caught on camera and came out as a vapor and couldn't be caught on camera either, which is impossible. She was not there around that time. So you can stop spread the news now. Say the baby mother do it, and baby mother do it. Him, baby mother, and Donnelly did a fight in there over him, and she ended up kill the girl. And because y'all love that salacious, no matter how the story already salacious, gonna put extra on it. But it's a false narrative. The police already cleared it up. That woman had nothing to do with Donnelly's disappearance. All right? All right. 5563, good afternoon, SouFlo and everyone on this platform, all the way from England. Shout out to our British family in the house. Thank you for being here. Patricia Jackson, greetings. And Elaine Brown, thank you for being here, family. All right. So that is that for the Noel Maitland something. We're not going to dwell upon it too much. I just feel like Noel is guilty and Noel should get what's coming to him, which is kind of show the people them data, man. Now, what I would like to know, though, is why. That's the part that would seal it for me. I want to know why. Like, why him do it? Why did you kill her? Did she witness him do something that he feared that she was going to tell? Was she pregnant and him never want the baby and she decides that she'll keep it anyway? I got a few scenarios in my mind as to what might have happened, you know? But that's neither here nor there, because they're all guessing. See? Yeah. So it's time for trial, and trial starts tomorrow. We'll be staying close to that so we can give you an update as to what it's going to be. I'm already predicting a guilty verdict, but that is Jamaica, so you never know what kind of card can play. And before you know it, a man who looks so guilty is walking away. Right. This should also be a big blow to the Jamaica Constabulary Force because I don't want to peddle rumors, but I've seen where some people are saying, yes, and Noel was with other people before who gone missing too, and all these things. Well, I don't know about that, but I do know that as a police constable who is, by all evidence found, responsible for the disappearance of his woman, his girlfriend, it kind of makes the constabulary force look like maybe there are more of them who were who are doing these kind of things. Yes. And it was said in the beginning that he had lots of help to clean up the crime scene and to make her disappear and all these things. So again, big black eye for the Jamaica Constabulary Force. But neither here nor there. The trial starts tomorrow and we'll be paying attention to it. Hi, British Jamaican girl. Thank you for being here. So we're moving on to the next topic now. The next topic should be, I will allow you to pick the next topic. The next topic should be, let me say this. Let me say this before. The next one doesn't have to be a topic. Uh, Reggae Sumfest is coming up in Jamaica, right? And Tony Braxton is slated to perform at Reggae Sumfest in Jamaica. Now, I am a Tony Braxton fan. I grew up in the days when Tony Braxton was topping the charts. So she have songs that will, you ever hear a song that you could tell where you were or what was going on in your life around that time when those songs were playing? That's how Tony Braxton music is for me, nostalgic. Tony is a legend to me. And I say all that before I say this, respectfully. If I'm going to Jamaica to see, yes, Mel, exactly my point. Big up yourself, King Biggs. Thank you for being here. If I'm going to Jamaica to attend Reggae Sumfest, I don't want to see a Tony Braxton. I don't. Scatter, Burrell, Mr. Joe Bogdanovich, the people who are in charge of this. I wouldn't want to see a Tony Braxton. I'm not flying to Jamaica to go see Tony Braxton perform at Reggae Sumfest. And you know what's crazy? The thing that's crazy is Tony Braxton does not work for peanuts. In the words of Vibes Cartel, Tony Braxton does not work for peanuts. Cartel did do an interview one time where he said, I don't know if they think I work for peanuts or something, right? Or get paid in peanuts. Tony Braxton is an expensive ticket. So why spend all that money for oldies but goodies? I mean, when last Tony Braxton trend as in her music top a chart somewhere, or she has a new song that is making waves right now or something? For oldies but goodies, you just throw Tony Braxton in there. They're gonna have to pay for accommodation, and I'm sure she not just stay just at any and anywhere. She gonna have to stay at some nice Ross place. That ticket to get her to perform, she not flying in for no small money. They're gonna have to cut that check as well. I'm thinking to myself, it's called Reggae Sumfest. Tony Braxton don't do reggae. Reggae Summer Festival. She don't do reggae. I would prefer to see some new act given a chance. Like just have a new act segment at Sumfest. Because Jamaica is full of talent. The other day, the British DJ, I forgot what his name is, he's on social media a lot, especially Instagram, who set up the turntables and stuff out in the streets and have people come by and sing and stuff. A whole lot of Jamaican A-list entertainers actually went over there and performed in the streets for free. And I thought, damn, that was cool. But there were a whole lot of people who I had never seen before, never heard before, who I would DJ AG. Thank you, Chris H. UK tuned in. Thank you. DJ AG, big up yourself. That was a wonderful thing you did in Jamaica the other day. The people them that came out though, a lot of them, I'm like, does Jamaica have anybody that has no talent? Because it seemed like everybody that touched that microphone was talented or super talented. Majority of them that touched the microphone, I was looking and I said to myself, I would definitely pay to see this person perform. You know, and I kept saying it out one after the other after the other. So in an island that has bursting at the seams with talent and our own genre of music, why bring Tony Braxton in there? You ever been to a party where the DJ never know how to juggle? The DJ did not know how to juggle. For those of you who don't know what juggling is, it's when you're mixing music and it has a nice flow to it, right? A DJ who does not know how to juggle, he'll be mixing music and it'll go from one fast song to a slow song, from one fast song to a slow song, from one slow song back to a fast song. So it's like, you wind up yourself and then you have to slow down and start do some rubber dub something. Then you wind up yourself instead of just have you on a constant go, right? That's how Tony Braxton fitting in would seem to me. Cause me there I have a vibes and it's reggae and dancehall, and then boom, you just drop in a Tony Braxton. Where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? So I'm not saying nothing bad about Tony Braxton, and I don't want people to think I'm saying she should not come to Jamaica. She should definitely come to Jamaica, but I would think that I would see Tony at some other kind of event. You know, they have jazz in the garden or something like that. Them have them the kind of event there I would expect to see her at, not at a Reggae Sumfest. But I already know the deposit has been paid. She's announced to be there. So she's going to be there whether I like it or not. And I'm not saying I would not go because Tony is there. I don't want anybody to get the wrong impression either. I would still go. However, that's not where I would want to see her. I would prefer to see more Jamaican acts instead of just a Tony Braxton up there. That's all I have to say about that. Even the little girl that sings Leave the Little Picnic Alone, right, British Jamaican girl, she was working with, by the way, Romain Virgo last night. Oh my God, Romain Virgo and him, it was called Romain Virgo and Friends. Y'all go look it up. Romain Virgo and Friends. That concert was on fire. That was on fire. That is reggae music. Clean. That is reggae music. That's an affair you could have brought your family to. You don't have to cock up the picnic them ears. You know, there is no profanity. Nobody was skinning out. Nothing on the stage. Not saying there's anything wrong with skinning out, but it has its place. Yeah. That event was one of those kind of events. Romain Virgo and Friends. It happened last night and it was super good. Super good. That little girl, leave the little dirty man, leave the little picnic alone. That little girl would have been a good fit even for Reggae Sumfest. I heard Tony Braxton on a Jaro sound dub, but they said it was fake. I think it was fake. Chris H. I think it was fake. You know, Jamaicans do a lot of sing over. So them sing over like Ghost. Ghost was last night singing at, if you've never seen Ghost perform, Ghost was last night at Romain Virgo and Friends. Let me see if I can pull up a little piece. That song, Nothing at All, that's not Ghost song. But him sing it anyway like say a theme song. I always wonder about the copyright infringement and stuff. But I tell you the truth also, it's funny that the people them write their song and they perform their songs and the songs get popular overseas, but I don't really like the song until a Jamaican sing it over. That's me being honest right there. I don't really like the song them until a Jamaican actually sing the song over. So whether that's me encouraging Jamaicans to thief, to thief the people them song or sing them or what, I don't know. But yeah, I prefer when time the song sing over by a Jamaican. We're talented, but not true, Chris. Yeah, Ghost was singing last night. I know nothing at all. I know just how to whisper, and I know just how to. But him have that voice there, that little voice there. Eh. I don't know. I can't find it. Apparently, I didn't save it, but I left a bunch of comments over there and something like that. So, Romain Virgo and friends, just look that up. Ibad. Ibad. Blessed morning, virtuous fire. Big up yourself. Thank you for being here with us this morning. Let me see. Da 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 da. It, the Jamaica Observer has it. Okay, so hear this. So see it here. I'll give you a little piece, and then y'all can go find it on your own. What?
I remember I go to school. I'm going to play this song. You never know when to play this one. Watch this. Ready? Hold on, don't play it. Hold on. Because you see, right now, we see, what does the going on right now, we see. When you come and you're a part of the world, and you come, and this is what mothers do not to do. And this is what the children have to do. And this is what you say. And this is what mother do too. You know, go, play the song now.
Watch the crowd. I'm gonna take over. So remember, it's called Romain Virgo and Friends, right? So Romain Virgo brings out Richie Spice, and he said this is a song that he grew up listening to, and he used to sing it every day, right? Watch out for the vampires that will sneak up in the dark. And then him get to the chorus, Earth a run red, and everyone I look them on a tea bread. I hear a next you dead. Whoa, that whole crowd take over that. You see, the vibe that reggae music carry, I don't see where Tony Braxton fit into it. You know what I mean? And it's no disrespect to Tony Braxton. No, the one I wanted to show you was Ghost. And Ghost, when time Ghost sing over the people them song, me always like the Ghost version better. This is and then go on with a bag of antics. The crowd won't even let him sing it. But, all right. So you can go find it to yourself. You can go find it to yourself. Madness. Madness. If you ain't never seen Ghost perform before, man, yeah, one of the strong voice them in reggae music. That's a reggae music for me. So when I hear the real artists sing those songs, I like the song. But when we hear like Ghost them sing it over, I end up liking the people them song in the Ghost version versus in the so if I hear Ghost sing over Tony Braxton songs, I'll probably like it more when Go sing it than when Tony Braxton sing it. Just because it's done in a reggae way. I don't know. In bad no tunans, yes, it need that Jamaican spin to it. I don't know if I'm being biased or what, the reggae in my blood or something, but it just need that Jamaican spin to it. No, it sounds good when they sing it. Tony Braxton song sounds splendid when she sings them, but once them man they catch it and put it the Jamaican way, me not even want to hear the Tony Braxton one no more. No disrespect. I'm just saying. Right. So there we are with that. All right. We don't talk bad about Miss Braxton. We're just saying see her upon another day kind of thing. All right. Um, the other couple of topics we have are the missing man, Diddy and Cassie details, and the white South Africans arrive in the US. You choose which one next. You choose which one next. The white South Africans arrive in the US, the Diddy and Cassie details, or the missing man. Mel says the white South Africans arrive. You have 1 minute. Missing man. White South African versus missing man Nans. We have 1-on-1. All right, we're 20 seconds in and counting. 25. The immigrants, Chris H, 2. All right, so Mel and Chris H leaning towards that. The Africans, Great Goodies, 3. Leaning towards the Africans. Africans, missing man, 2. So we have 2 missing man, 3 Africans. And we have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the Africans it is. So the white Africans have arrived in the United States of America. I saw them. They were greeted with love and joy and splendor. They have arrived under the Trump's refugee plan, right? Let's put it like this. At a time when I'm seeing melanated people, blacks, browns, whatever you classify yourself as, being forced out of the country, I'm seeing open arms welcome for Caucasians from yonder lands. That alone in itself is something to actually really look at, right? A flight carrying a group of 59 white Africans that were granted refugee status by the Trump administration arrived in the United States of America on Monday. Now, 59 ain't that many, but there are over 8,000 that are on their way. And they were the first people to be granted refugee status by the Trump administration, and are not expected to be the last Afrikaners to come to the US. The South Africans, including children, were greeted upon their arrival in Washington Dulles International Airport in Virginia by U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Christopher Landau and Department of Homeland Security Secretary Troy Edgar. Troy Edgar or Landau, one of them said, when they greeted the people, they said, "We are mindful and proud of your people's heritage." And I thought to myself, what heritage? Apartheid? You're mindful and proud of their heritage. You talking about apartheid? Apartheid. Because check it. The white South Africans that are arriving in the US, they are going to be getting benefits, and nobody is going to be complaining that they're getting these benefits. The same benefits that everybody was up in arms about. Shout out to the Americans. Shout out to Blacks for Trump, FBA, Foundation of Black Americans for Trump. Shout out to the white people who voted for Trump because they thought they were going to be put first. This group of Africans that are coming here, or Afrikaners, they're called. They're not Africans, they're called Afrikaners. The group of Afrikaners that are coming here to the US, they are going to be given, they're going to be given stuff that normal American citizens don't qualify to get. And it's going to be paid for by American taxpayers' dollars. So if y'all were mad before that immigrants were getting benefits that you couldn't get, and they got rid of the immigrants and they kicked them off of all the benefits that they were getting to help them, well, you're gonna be, some other group of immigrants are coming in and they look just like you. Not the black people who voted for this, the white people. These group of immigrants look just like you. So I'm guessing it's probably not going to hurt you that much. But then again, remember that they are immigrants, right? I think they're mad. I think they're mad because apartheid is over. And, you know, they begged Trump to save them. And now they're here. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo.
Morning, family. How you doing?
I'm good.
All right. Talk to him.
There's no need to beat around the bush. We can see the big elephant in the room. Get rid of the melanated one them
and
bring in the other one them because we have to build up our population again.
And it's happening right in front of our eyes.
Right in front of our faces.
Yeah.
And nobody is doing anything about it.
Yeah.
But everybody feel like they're powerless and can't do anything about it.
Right. But
I've gotten to the point now where I can see clearly what is going on. I don't even watch the news anymore. I just shut myself off of all of it.
Right. Because it disturbs your spirit, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
it makes my blood pressure go up.
Right. And the fact that you can't do anything to stop any of what's going on, why even tune in and internalize
exactly.
it? I'm right with you. I'm right with you. Me not watch them news neither. I'm right with you.
It's getting too much now.
Yeah. Yes. Every day is something else.
And you have to tune yourself out. Not every day. Every hour on the hour. Every minute on the. It's like.
True.
Non-stop.
True.
And we have to understand we have 3 more years to go.
And this is just the beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is just the beginning.
So if it's like this now, imagine what's to come. May I go back in the chat here?
All right. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. That's our sister Marie's Message 411 TV. Marie's Message 411 TV is also a member at this channel. So if you see her name in green, click her name, go over to our channel, resonate with her content, share the love, keep it in the family, that type of stuff. Listen, she said something very important, right? Because we're going to have to get through all this, regardless, right? And, you know, worrying about stuff that we cannot control, that's a big part of surviving. A big part of surviving is stop worrying about stuff we can't control. We can discuss it, because we see it happening, right? But then we'll leave it right there when we're done discussing it. We're not going to pick it up and carry this boulder on our head. Oh, God, they're getting rid of melanated people and they're bringing in all these white folks and walk around with it like this on our heads. But I want you to understand something, though. Because a lot of us were around when apartheid was the thing in South Africa. Right? So these people, they are the offsprings of, or some of them are old enough to have been there in those times, and they were benefiting from apartheid in South Africa. Apartheid in South Africa was brutal, kind of like Jim Crow era in the US. But apartheid in South Africa was brutal. You know, I used to see videos because they weren't afraid. They didn't hide it. So I used to see videos where they would literally like grab a little boy and just kick his teeth in and stuff like that, beat his face in with a baton and stuff like that, you know. Everything was segregated, separated. There was a lot of running the people off their lands and taking the land. They didn't ask for it, they took it, and setting up their big farms and building their nice houses and all that under apartheid. Apartheid is over now. And now that apartheid is over, it's not so nice for them there anymore. Like I seen somebody in the comment section says the continent is waking up. And the more the continent wakes up is the more they become uneasy being there. So now they're looking for somewhere else to run to. You know, I saw this was a white American he's not racist. And I saw him this morning. He made a video and he said, let me get this straight. So those white people, this is a white American. He said those white people from Africa, the Afrikaners, they're mad because apartheid is over. So taxpayers in the US will now foot the bill to give them help that regular citizens, even the white ones in the US, cannot get. Okay. And then he was like, all right, Trump, you messing up now. Now you gone too far. Like, you know, he was just talking into his camera or whatever, and I wrote down what he said. That's why I'm reading it from my paper right here. I wrote down what he said. They are mad because apartheid is over in South Africa, so taxpayers in the US will now have to foot the bill to give them the help that regular citizens in the US, even the white ones, can't get. Okay. That is what it is. I sold my house in the white neighborhood and moved back amongst my people because I heading back home. But boss, my family are not doing well. And a lot voted against. Hold on there. Wayne Core. I don't understand that, Wayne. I am not religious, but you see that Revelation book verse about the beast will fall and try drag everyone down with it. That part says Chris. That part, USA and Western centered economy. Well, remember Elon is South African. Yes, they were actually marching around with big signs that said Elon Musk, please rescue us, kind of thing. So it comes from there, you know. I just saw the signs this morning, and I was saying to myself how funny this is because they were marching around with signs that said no land grabbing. What's the other sign that said? Let me see. Oh, say no to institutionalized racism. And I thought, how funny. No land grabbing. Say no to institutionalized racism. A bunch of other stuff, the placards they were carrying while they were inside. Trump, please help us, it said, and a bunch of other stuff. And I said to myself, how come you weren't marching during apartheid time with big signs that said no institutionalized racism? Because you were benefiting from the institutionalized racism. They knew it was wrong, but they were benefiting from it. So there was no need to protest it. But now that they're on the other side of the thing, their power has dwindled. They can't just grab an African and mess them up like they used to before. Now it feels uncomfortable. Yeah. And the funny thing is, I was just watching a school in Africa. They wear uniforms and stuff, you know. So I was watching the school in Africa. It was like a middle school, looked like kids who 14, 15, 16 going into soon leave school age group. and they got together in the schoolyard and they were like singing and dancing and stuff. And I'm looking at all the different children and I'm saying to myself, they are super mixed. They are super mixed. There's a lot of biracial mix, black mixed with white. Then you have Indians and you have Chinese or Asian, Japanese, whatever. They're super mixed. And one of them said, this is what's going on in South Africa, not what you're being told in America. And I thought, wow. Wow. As far as I've heard, they're not being persecuted. They just fed up and ready to go because things ain't working their way anymore. Like they can't take stuff anymore like how they used to just take it. You see, when you can take stuff, if I didn't have to work for things and I could just take things, I would have a lot of stuff. I would have the car I want. I would have the house I want. Because I would just run up in somebody's nice house with my guns and tell them, pack all your stuff and move out. I don't care where you live. You could go live in the field over there. You could build a shed that way, right? But this house is for me and my family. I'm 2 guns in. And then everybody will see my nice house. I would just commandeer a car. Yeah, I like that Porsche right there. And I like that Lambo right there. Come out of that. Give me that. And I'll have nice cars in front of my house. That's actually how they used to operate. They used to just take stuff. So now that them can't just take stuff anymore, it's time to go. It's no longer funny when the rabbit has the gun. Yeah, the rabbit has the gun now. The rabbit has the gun now. When the rabbit was in front of the gun and the rabbit had to be all ducking and dodging and begging and pleading before it was fun. Now the rabbit has the gun and there ain't no more fun. But what's crazy is when apartheid was happening, they weren't shipping any of those Africans who were being persecuted to the United States of America and giving them refugee status. We see what it is, man. We see what it is. Because the young people have been educated and they woke up, says Wayne Core. The tables have turned. I know me and you are reality people. Mel says it's no longer fun when a rabbit has the gun. Remember, Elon is from South Africa. Tax exemption. Chris H says that's what they want. Total chaos. You know what? Another thing about it. Another thing about it is this. Where are they going? So I saw a video this morning where it said that they're heading to the south. They're heading to the south. They will be given all the stuff they need. They'll be given a stipend for groceries, according to their family unit size. They'll be given free housing. They'll be given a piece of land to go live on. They'll be given XYZ. They'll be given everything. They'll be given down to their phones. They'll be given. They'll be given everything. But they're heading to the south. And a Mississippi family this morning said, we heard that they're coming to the south. And we don't have a problem with that. But we just hope they don't come here thinking like this is apartheid time back in South Africa, or come here thinking like this is 1984 or something. I think it's back in them times that apartheid was still going on in South Africa. My message to them coming here is this. This ain't your grandparents' set of people. And whatever come here, because we got unrulies here. We got unrulies here. Ninjas ain't taking it like their grandparents took it. Yeah. especially in the South. Ninjas are not taking it like their grandparents took it. So it could turn out really bad for them if they come here with a messed up mindset. But hey, we can't stop them from coming in, like Marie's message said. They're going to be here. They're going to be given all the things they're given. I just thought it was appropriate for us to point it out, talk about it a little bit, see how everybody is feeling about it, and move along. Right? We're not going to make a big stink out of it because it's nothing that we can control at the end of the day. We're just going to watch it unfold. It was said that 8,000 were supposed to be flying in sometime soon. I don't know how true that is, but we will wait to see. We'll wait to see. Yeah, the young people in court, they're different today. You say the wrong thing and your jaw is gonna pay for it, or get ready to fight. Oh, it said no. I don't think 8,000 is already here. They're on their way. They're on their way. King Big says Elon had land that he purchased and he wants to create a small city just for them to live. Oh, wow. Wow. Really? That's amazing stuff. Really? Let's see. I don't know if that's necessarily true. Mm, White African refugees arrive in the U.S. from South Africa. Trump just brought a group of white Africans over to da da da. Okay, yeah, I don't see anything about that, but it could be true. But that in itself is separation and segregation, right? It's in Texas. King Biggs, that's true. King Biggs, you know what? It's time to change the topic. All right, King Biggs said, let's not deep dive into this before them end the live. Before them end the live. I have contracts working on projects. Yes, I believe the land is in California. Some people say it's in Texas. I don't know. I don't care. Okay, they're hey, it is what it is. Austin in particular. It's very true, says PG. All right. Make them have that. Enjoy it and all this. We don't want the live end, so we are going to go on. You know, that's funny though. That's funny though. As soon as we start to touch on certain topics, bzzz, the internet cut out. That's to be studied. That's to be studied. But I know for sure that we are being watched for sure and monitored for sure. All it takes is one trigger word. You say one trigger word and your internet start giving problems. So we're gonna change it now. See, wait there. Wayne said change it now. We're gonna change it now, Wayne. We're gonna change it now anyways. All right, so we have the missing man and we have Diddy and Cassie case. Them two then. All right. We don't want to trigger anyone. The missing man or Diddy and Cassie's case. What we working with? Let's see. Let's go into the missing man or Diddy and Cassie's case. Talk to me now. I have one. Nan said the missing man. Diddy and Cassie case or the missing man. Everybody want to leave the Diddy and Cassie case for last. The missing man or Diddy and Cassie's case. Missing man, missing man, missing man. Fire for Diddy. Chris said fire for Diddy. Yeah, trigger me, Chris. Yeah, trigger me. Me and some people don't agree on the. Me and some people don't agree on that one here, but okay. So check it. There's a young man that went missing, right? If you look at the icon for the video this morning, look to the left, you will see a face on there. This is the same face that's right here. So he went missing. A young man went missing, and allegedly he was killed by police in some confrontation. All right. The Hanover police says that a man was killed during a confrontation with the police at Caldwell Kingsvale in Hanover on May 8th, has now been identified as a person who had been reported missing a day earlier. He had been identified as 27-year-old Christopher Williams and Stabbogie District, Savannah Lamar in Westmoreland. The Corporate Communications Unit of the Jamaica Constabulary Force says at 11:55 p.m. on May 8, 2 men were fatally shot during a confrontation with the police. All right. This conversation right here involves what his family has to say and what I've said to y'all about the JFJ, Jamaica for Justice. Before I get into all that though, everybody must have drink mad puss piss for 2025 and decide that this is the year that they are going to confront police. Because I don't know if y'all notice, but every story is the same. 2 men shot in a confrontation with the police. 3 men shot in a confrontation with the police. 1 man shot in confrontation with the police. Every story is shot in confrontation with the police. So where were all these people who were willing to confront the police and point gun and shoot at them before? Who the hell knocked my door like that? Y'all give me a second. All right. What the hell? Crazy. I'll be doing so much, I'll be forgetting stuff. All right. So here we are. What we not talking about now? We was talking about the guy that went missing. Yeah, all of a sudden so many people are confronting the police and just ended up dead. So somebody said to strap up. Always do. And you SouFLo always locked and loaded. Oh boy. May have a doorbell, may have cameras out there, but the person ring the thing and it's loud. Bing bing, and then beat the door at the same time. That was triggering. Like y'all gonna ring the doorbell or y'all gonna knock. But the way he did it. Anyway, here we go. I want you to hear what the family had to say about this, okay? Here's part 1. Part 1 says, my brother went missing before he was killed. When we reported it to the Savannah Lamar police that he was missing, they said that they were going to check the station to see if he was locked up. They then contacted us back and said that my brother was in lockup and got bail by his baby moms. So if we got asked she which part him there, and they put it in those exact words. However, Monday morning we were heading out to his hometown where we saw a comment on one of the posts that we posted of him being missing, and he was seen in Mandeville. Mandeville is far from Savanamar, and he was seen in Mandeville. We wasted no time, and we went straight to Mandeville police station, where the police told us that we must walk around the town and look for him. And if we don't see him, then we must come back to the police station. So we went out searching. After we finished searching, we went back to the police station, and we were there for a good while before anyone attended to us. They asked us a few questions, and one of the questions were, "Where is he from?" And our reply was, "He's originally from Manchester, but he's currently living in Savannah, where when a male police asks us to repeat yourself," which we did. And then he started laughing. With all the frustration, they then sent us to an office door where we spoke to a female police. And she took one of the missing flyers that we had. And she told us that she would send it into a group that they have. Then she sent us back out to search once again. Go back out, go look and see if you see him. They had us chasing our tails, knowing fully well that they had killed our brother over 4 days ago. They killed our brother and they had him locked on ice for 4 days while they were plotting a story to cover up. That's part one. Part two. Fast forward to us going to the police station for the second time now. We then decided to continue on our search, only to get a call that they found our brother and he's in the morgue. Wow. That was like the end of the road for us. We then ventured into Sav with high thinking we could see him and get to identify his body. But unfortunately, they told us that Indicom have it under investigation, so the body is sealed and we won't be able to identify him until after autopsy is completed. They don't want to show us the pictures of him unalived yet. Still, his pictures are circulating with him, and we, the family, did not see or get the picture from the police. My brother is innocent, and gotta go beat to know. Our mother's tears won't go in vain. That's the account of the family that another person says, on a wicked, on a bomber clock wicked. Remember, him is not a bad man. Him is a hard working person. Remember, say, on a same one, him have a contract with, where him work on the new police station where uno a bill in a Savannah Mar. And person say him leave out to go to work Thursday morning. Everybody that know this brother know say any construction work where go on, him a try get himself to get a piece of the contract. So as far as them I say, one woman did abducted them, go look for the woman, busted in some info and end up in a confrontation with two men, and the man them dead or end up get killed and them kill the two men. One of the man them where them killed was also a man who was reported missing a day earlier. In the midst of the killing, they were able to also rescue the abducted female. To gain little peace, the young lady who did abducted then can come and confirm that she was abducted, or so them abducted her, and see if the missing man did involve to help the lady in the comment section get little peace and justice. So they are saying some woman was abducted and them killed the two men who did abduct her, and rescued the abducted woman. So somebody in the comments is making perfect sense by saying, listen, have the abducted lady come and say, yes, they identify him and say he was one of them that abducted me, and police kill him and rescue me, just to give her some peace, or to give the family some peace. But the family is not buying it. The family is saying every story is man dead in confrontation with police, man dead in confrontation with police, man dead in confrontation with police. Me not lie. Even me, I'm saying to myself, I have never seen so many people confronting the police them in Jamaica, like man dead in confrontation with police. And when them get so brave, that's so many. This is happening every day now, right? Where every person that is killed was in a confrontation with the police. Them gone over 100 and something already for the year, you know. They already gone over 100 and something for the year. So either Jamaican man them gone mad this year, 2025, or something is very off with the narrative. This is why I was telling the people yesterday, don't buy into the propaganda of the JFJ, Jamaicans for Justice, being no anti-police anything. They're not anti-police. They're very much with the police. The thing is, they're looking out for the people's rights as well. And there has to be a balance struck there, because this the last thing you want to happen to your family member is something like this. He left out for work, never to be seen again, right? You look for him for days only to find out the police kill him from days ago and have him stored in a morgue on ice. When you go to find out what happened, you can't see him body to identify him, but them I tell you say him we have wait till autopsy done and he died in a confrontation with police. What kind of confrontation with police when you know you're a family member? You know I know people always say stuff like, yeah, don't swear for nobody because you don't know what they're into. I get that too. I get that too. But you know some family members where you just know said that enough for them MO. That is that. That is that. I'm not saying he is that. I'm saying that is that, as in it will happen to a family member of yours that you know that that's not their MO. You know say no Uncle Ricky MO that. You know say no Uncle Junior MO that. Right? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
On here again, SouFLo.
Yeah.
The notice during election time, these things seem to happen more rapidly.
They're killing them ton up.
Yes, number one. Number two, I feel like say, if there's a woman involved, she need to come forward and say what happened to her.
And identify him in particular.
And identify him.
Yeah, as one of the persons.
Number three, sometimes you might have not committed a crime, but you might be guilty by association. And so you can be taken out too.
Absolutely.
Now, this story trigger one story where you didn't do before. In my mind, remember the twin them when them find dead up in the mountain
in Georgia?
Yeah, whatever happened to that story?
Nothing.
It seemed like it got quiet.
Yeah, nothing happened to the story. They found a man. I did a follow-up to the story. So they found a man, and the man was a volunteer firefighter, and he was charged, but he wasn't charged with killing them. He was charged with discovering their bodies first, taking pictures, and then circulating the pictures on social media.
And that was the end of that?
That was the end of it. Then they pass it off as the twins made a pact to go up there and off each other.
No, I don't believe that.
Like me I got my brother first and then
myself. I don't believe that.
I don't believe that.
Because they had already bought their plane ticket.
And they were heading to the airport.
And they were headed to the airport.
Yeah.
So if them did not go do that, why would they even buy tickets?
Right.
And head that way?
Right.
Anyway, now go back in the chat.
All right.
It's not the same story, but this story trigger me to think about the twin them.
Right. All right. My main concern is the Jamaican people and the JFJ and what they are doing and the clarity and the transparency from our law enforcement. Let me tell you something, right? That's very real. You have some police officers that's been killing so long, them in a uniform and turn serial killer, you know. Think outside the box with me now. Walk with me now. Resources are so limited. You have police officers who are burnt out, spent. I'm talking about in Jamaica. Burnt out, spent. Them work them hard, pay them little, all these other kind of things. Them done a murder people from when? And yeah, boy, dead in a confrontation and point gun over here. So don't be surprised if you have some serial killers in uniform. Don't be surprised if you have some individuals who are willing to be unethical in uniform. The notion that every person that puts on a uniform is an ethical, law-abiding individual who will perform their duties according to the books, according to the law, all the time, that's a fallacy. So there has to be checks and balances as to weed out the ones them who won't. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Hey, SouFLo, morning.
Morning, family. What going?
Yeah, morning.
All right, talk to me.
But do you want to touch on another thing that I talk about with JFJ?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yesterday, we listened to Cliff Hughes show.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, so Cliff Hughes have a big platform out there.
Mm-hmm.
But in a sense, we kind of blame not actually him, but him radio station or other radio station where, as I said, education kind of lacking of people, you know.
Right.
Because when I listen to him radio station more, because even when they kill you yesterday when you do the rape with the 9-year-old,
right,
you hear people calling and saying, "What JFJ there?" I'm like,
right.
I think people them are miss a concept of what JFJ really is, you know.
Exactly.
We touched upon it yesterday, you know. But for a big platform like Cliff Hughes, what you are doing, that's what you should have do in regards to educating people them, because when them calling with them nonsense there, him to say, listen, that's not what JFJ is about. Cause they make it seem like JFJ is against the police, you know.
Right.
And that's not the point.
Right.
So you know the new thing now is when you continue to repeat the lie is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why enough people run with it, say JFJ is against the police. But as I said, not until they reach freedom family, then everything changed.
Absolutely, bro.
You understand?
Absolutely.
So that whole JFJ thing there is misleading of our people them, and a lot of the platforms them
not clarifying it.
Them because they make people come in and they say it's the lie and nobody's there to say no and not so it go. So JFJ have always had a stigma the way
them anti-police.
Yeah, when it's not actually true.
Right.
Understand? So I just let me know on touch man.
All right, my brother. Manners. And that is exactly why I started doing it, because I pay attention to the Jamaica space, right? I don't necessarily watch other bloggers, but I pay attention to comments. So I will read an article. And when we read the article, because all our news media houses are on all these platforms as well. You have Loop, Gleaner, Star, Observer, all of them are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of this other space them out there. So I'm a reader, so I prefer to read an article than to just listen to a soundbite of somebody. Well, in today's news, and them say something real quick and moving on to the next, you know, so I prefer to read out the article. Under these articles are always long comments and whole heap of comments. Reading these comments gives me a feel for what the general consensus of the people is. And what I noticed was it was trending heavily that JFJ is an anti-police movement. And then I saw the video where the police pull over the people and the police ask them, him a go on like, you know, very extra aggressive, and he was like, big man, we're not even have to talk about it. Let me ask you this. You're for the police or you against the police? And me I say, rotted. In a police stop out a road, that look, me no want to get caught up in anything like that. You know what I mean? I'm saying that this don't look right. So somebody needs to come forward and explain what it is that JFJ is doing so the people them start get an understanding of it. Because since all these platforms are on a bandwagon, say everybody will get killed. No, that's the running theme. Them type JFJ under the bottom of the comment section. For everybody that get killed, for everybody the police is killing, for every person, gunman kill, everything. Where is JFJ now? Why JFJ in the outer road a protest now? Oh, JFJ only like protect gunman. And I thought to myself, this is wrong. This is so wrong and so misleading, because when them lick down one of your close family members, you're going to wish that there was a JFJ. All JFJ is saying is strategically implement body cameras for our law enforcement officials. Also, let's make it so that transparency, and let's make it so that that becomes a part of how you deal with the people them, right? So that we can get to a level where we trust our law enforcement officials them, because we know say things are backed up, as in, hey, I don't have to lie to you. We killed the man down there yesterday morning, 7 a.m., because he confronted us. Hold on. Here is the body cam footage. Watch it. That's us. That's my camera personally. That's us walking up. You see that? You hear the shot them go off. You notice they're coming in our direction. We engage with and we silence the target, or we whatever the target. Okay. And upon discovery, you can see us move upon the two targets. There he is laying there with the gun in his right hand, XYZ. Once you're able to do stuff like that, that's it. Nobody have nothing to say. Nobody can come block road. Nobody can build up no placard. Nobody can talk about wicked, dirty police. I kill off innocent people around here. Me not trust no police around here. That's why the people that won't work with you. Everybody know everything what go on. Jamaica little enough. Everybody knows sitting and something what go on. You see something go on in that area, you best believe some most of the people them that live in that area know exactly what the is happening in them area. Them not trust the police enough to have a conversation with them about what's going on in the area. So if we are to get to a place where making Jamaica a better place is the whole goal, where it benefits the police because now they have civilians who are willing to work with them, and the place can stay safer, because if anything go on, the people are our eyes and ears, because police can do everywhere. So the people are our eyes and ears because them trust us, because we're transparent, because we are people who take accountability, because we are people who are very professional, because we actually protect and serve for real. If you can't drill and instill that in the people them head through your actions, you could forget. It will always be how it is now. Ask the average Jamaican right now. They'll tell you on camera, yeah man, the police them are going good, man. I bet you off camera, me not trust none of them blood clot police boy. None of them, me not trust. Police girl or police boy, none of them. Because all of them are wicked. Because the wicked one them they with the one them when are wicked, and the one them when are wicked, them see what the wicked one them are doing and not say nothing about it. So the whole of them wicked. That is the general consensus of the people. And at the same time, the people are caught between a rock and a hard place, because the people want the place to be better. Them want the people them who are deranged and murderous to be removed from among us, so we picking them can play, so we can roam street night and day safely. But at the same time, we have to know say them the people they know are kill. That we're not killing regular civilians and saying, yes, confrontation. Him confront we and we kill him. Just so. So that's what JFJ is for. And Jamaica people need to know this. The thing about Jamaican people now, me notice I realize a lot of my people, and I said this before yesterday, I'll keep on saying it until everybody gets it. A lot of my people so caught up in bandwagonism and ignorance that they, even if you're fighting for them so lost in the ignorance that they will fight you while you are fighting for them. And that's what JFJ is experiencing. JFJ is fighting for us, but the people that fight JFJ. Now, don't it make sense that you have an entity who demands checks and balances? So, aren't you smart enough to think one step ahead and say, boy, you know, as much as me want, all of the gunmen them dead off out of the place and gone and running scared and stop the gunman, go pick up a trade, go sell some fruits, go do something. Put down your gun, cause police no ram for kill them at Jamaica, and that's how we want the place still. But what if one day my father walk out to go and work though and don't come back? And we have to go report daddy missing. And 2 days later we find out the police kill him and put him on ice down a morgue. And my father never lift a gun in his life. My poor father work hard. I will father this. You're gonna have other Jamaicans telling you, say, sometimes your father getting a things where you don't know where him in a youth. So you stay there. The police right. So everybody are gonna say that until I feed them good father. Everybody are gonna say that until it's feed them good brother, or feed them good sister, or feed them good family member that they love so much and really, really know. So only when it hits your doorstep, if that's what you're waiting on, dog nyam with supper. Dog nyam with supper. So the JFJ, again, is very, very necessary. Their agenda for what they have going on is very necessary. And I'm saddened. I'm saddened that all these news entities or all these platforms, like the brother just said, Cliff Hughes, all these platforms are not being more educational about what JFJ is. They're actually a part of the problem because they are helping to spread the propaganda that JFJ is anti-police. They're not anti-police. They are pro-Jamaicans. And we police them are Jamaican them too. Because you see, even the police, listen, I was thinking about this the other night, right? I said to myself, say, the police them are Jamaican people them too. You're just your profession, but you're a Jamaican too. So say for instance, you're a police officer that is policing in Westmoreland, right? You're on duty in Westmoreland, but your family is from Clarendon. And police up at Clarendon kill your good brother, who you know, nothing or nothing, or your father. And their excuse is a confrontation happened. A dance, daddy going up, and I walk home. Cause in a country part there, so we still living up. I stretch my foot go down the road there. Me hear them string up speaker and music I play. And one of the sweetest thing when me there Jamaica and me go in the hills. Last time I was there in December into January, it was so, because usually I would stay in other places. This time I met me city, right? Yo, you see one time 10 o'clock at night hit in the festive season there. New Year's just come in, it was heading into Christmas, then New Year's coming and everything. Every night a party. And we are talking about party with big speaker string up. My driver come in into my area, I see some the big giant speaker them like back in the day, and I say, you know, say a party later. It's a good distance from my house, you know. But me there at the house and late in the night me hear do 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 do. And me I say blood fire. And then we can hear the people them a move, cause dark up there in the hellish spot me come from. You can hear the people them a move in the darkness like them a walk up to the one street light. You can see them when them pass the one street light. Everybody dress up, them park them car, them not drive. Them a walk around which part the speaker them string up and stuff. Police back up while your daddy now come from one of them there 3-4 o'clock in the morning, shoot him down and talk about Well, you know, him pull a gun on us and it was a confrontation and we shoot him and him brethren. That time, poor daddy, never even have no gun on him. You better start thinking. You better start thinking. Don't be so quick to jump on every bandwagon and don't realize when people are trying to help you and set things in place to save your life and save your family life. Me take that JFJ one here very serious because I don't like where I see it at. Not where it's going, where it's at. And again, when I saw the police ask the man about, like, tell me no. So let me ask you this. Are you for the police or are you against the police? And I said, whoa. Like, whoa. All right. I admire how you consistently take responsibility for what you report and uphold integrity in your work, says Nance. Nance, I appreciate that greatly. Because you see, Nance, the little work here we are doing, you see, there has to be accountability and it has to be built on integrity. You know, you can't build anything on lies, and I don't want to mislead anybody. We're genuinely, truly trying to do something to affect change because we're included in it. We included in it, you know. I'm not somebody that go to Jamaica like every 10 years or every 5 years or every 2 and 3 years. Me always I go Jamaica. So it's easy for me to get caught up in all the foolishness too. You think me want to go down there and somebody got talk about, yeah, a gun them boy, they come down here and run, you know, and see they will shoot him down out there. So everybody knows that SouFLo is not like that. Never do that. You can't swear upon me, but them are going to flip the story that way because them kill me a road called late night party me I come from, right? No. I have to talk about it because it affects me. So when I speak like this, I'm speaking from a personal space. A personal space. Yes, man. I've done other videos where I also tell people in Jamaica like this. Listen, I've been in contact with police in Jamaica not almost, every time I'm there in Jamaica. Every time I'm there in Jamaica, I get in contact with police. As in, I get pulled over. And them kind of something there. Waved in a roadblock and cause police set up them stuff and them wave you in and thing like that, right? And I've never had a problem. So I can't understand the people them who get pulled over always have a problem, right? And you know, I do videos where I talk about like how to interact with the police. Them out there work hard, you know, and Jamaica hot and rotted sometimes, so them frustrated under all that gear and equipment. And I know it comes with the job, but as a civilian, you have to understand, say, aggressive attitude and confrontational attitude with this police officer right us up on the side of the road, you 99.999% stand to lose. So no matter go at the police officer with no aggressive attitude, just comply. I hate the word comply because in the United States of America, when we get shot down, a lot of white people like to jump on social media and type under it, just comply. Why didn't you just comply? But when the same thing happened to them, they never say just comply. They said, oh, that police officer needs to be arrested and fired. That man wasn't doing anything. So I hate to use the word comply, but Jamaica is a different ball game when it comes to our officers. So I said just comply. That's all. Just comply as in them pull you over, them say, hey, we're doing a stop check. Driver license registration, please. That's what they always say to me. I'm say it over there, so in a glove compartment officer. I'm say, get it, man. So I go over there, so I get it. Or we have the papers. I say it's a rental car. You have the papers for it. I say it in the glove compartment. Him say, get it, man. So I reach over there and get it and give it to them. Them look on it, blah, blah, blah. So what them have to say, on your way. Sometimes I'm speeding. I'm wrong. I know I'm wrong already. Me not confront them. Me I drive so comfortable because the people them speed, zing, zing. Me I speed to I not even realize that me I speed, but I'm not speeding like them. So I'm thinking I'm not speeding. Them no pull them over, you know, where I fly. I guess them fly by too fast, them pull me over. Where you going so fast, man? You're a speed man. And by the time them say that, the SouFLo, you're there. You're there on the island. What you do you? Mr. Man, you're in a place. Yeah, man, yeah, man. Last time it was you're coming for the Vibes Cartel sitting. Me say, yeah, me I got that for sure. And them say, all right, here what? Slow down a little bit here. And I say, all right, so I not even did realize that me a speed. My apologies. Me start drive slower. And that's just like that. I'm going about my business, right? Admit that you're wrong. Say what it is. Me know me did that speed. Me not gonna go up there go talk about. I pull them. I pull way over to look money. And money you know I look. All that. Matter of fact, if them they ever ask me for money and me have it for me, probably would have just give them. Because to me, that's how Jamaica run. Me not have no problem with none of that. Not saying that they should shake people down. I'm just saying that I operate with a different mind frame. Like, it really wouldn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Money are the ticket. But not give me no ticket and tie me up in a no foolishness. Here what? Go buy something for you and the virgin over there, so you know, have a drink for me. You know, I don't know shake down nothing, just have a drink for me, man. But there I feel good in the place. I know that the place have rules and regulation. I was speeding. My apologies. I'll slow down and I keep going. That is that. Nobody go up there go act like you're a big man or a superman in front of law enforcement. Remember, say them run the place, you know. Ain't no way you can beat them, you know. Right. So I do all these videos, tell people how to interact with the police and all these other kind of things. Different strokes for different folks. But I want you to remain safe. And I want a safe Jamaica for all of us, including me damn self. Including myself. That's why I do it so much. Because me involved in it. Me I look out for me safety. Yeah. BFC, I love how you always include yourself in certain things and situations that anyone could get caught up in. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anyone can get caught up in. Right? Innocent. And I always understand. Real talk, so flow. BM, big up yourself. Absolutely. Yeah, man. What our place. Jamaica is our place. We live a foreign, spend more days here out of the year than anywhere else. For those who are in England and Canada and the US and that the part of Germany and Sweden and Amsterdam and X, Y, and Z, we're all over the place. But Jamaica is actually our place. Only not see where I take place right now. In the people them place. Post one day them go tell you all I will say them are changing the laws. And you will have to go. Were you born here? No, I was not. Well, we found a way to reverse your citizenship. You have naturalized citizenship? Yes, I do. We found a way to reverse that. So we're gonna reverse that and you're gonna have to go on XY. What if that come to that one day? The unpredictable always happens. You know, they have a saying that says, always expect the unexpected to happen because it always does. And I never hear that before. Always expect, and I'm not trying to get anybody paranoid. I'm just trying to deal with you realistically. Always expect the unexpected to happen because it always does. Yeah. So me I try and make sure some me good down on my yard. Me have 2 yards. One day I saw and one day there so. But that the one day, me no worry about who can kick me outside because nobody can kick me outside. Me able train cut right down there so. So that is mine. Yeah. So anything will happen, that. Them can run me out of this, no matter how patriotic or how assimilated I may be. Or me can point on blue card and say I'm a combat infantry veteran. I went to war for this, you know, and I fought for this, you know. Them can look past all that and say bye. Same way. You know? No one make sure so when me reach my yard now, me extra good though. Right. That part. Police always stop my husband and I say, and I say hello to them, ask if everything is all right with them. And my husband open all the window of the car so that they can see into the car and we have no issues. Exactly. Don't be there doing, let's teach a lesson this morning. Because some people, I see videos and every time I see the videos, I wonder. Man have bag on them. See? Police pull them and them have all them. You know, most of them are Jamaica carry one strap on bag on them, right? All right. If I have him bag strap on him like this. Me see police pull you over. Next thing me see your hand gone, unzip the bag, you're in the bag, a finger round like this, and all that. Those are things you don't do. I seen one brother reach under the passenger seat. bro, the police is right here at your window. No warning, just dip gone on the passenger seat. Now, I'm a police officer and I'm trying to make it home. You know how you just send up my. What are you dipping for? Just randomly, just dip and gone on the passenger seat. How I know you're not gonna pull out a gun, shoot me in my face with it, and drive off? No, I'm out here trying to do my job, trying to make it home to my family, and I don't. So of course I'm gonna be paranoid. So when you encounter the police, do all of those things. If you're driving a vehicle where the windows are dark, tinted up, drop down all of your window them. Unless your windows stuck and can't work. Just drop down all the windows. Right? Unless it's pissing rain outside and you know wet up inside of your vehicle. Drop down all of the window them. We're talking about Jamaica, you know, but these can be applied to here or wherever you're living at as well. In Jamaica, when I'm driving a tint up car, them can't see night. If I'm driving a tint up car, the window them come down right away. Soon as the window come down, they usually see two babies in the back seat. They're like, oh, SouFlo, yeah, your family there, man. I say, yeah, man. That's that. All right. They're not even bother ask me if you know driver license, registration, or nothing like that. The last one, I had a couple of them. The last one said, the paperwork for the car. You have paperwork for the car? I say, yes. It's a rental though. Him say, okay, you have paperwork for it. I say, yeah, it's in a glove compartment over there. So him stand up and him not say nothing. Him look through the car like this. And then him hit the top of the car like this. I say, all right, go on. Just like that. You know, I greet them with a smile on my face. I don't have nothing to hide. I don't know gunman. I'm not involved in nothing. You know? Denise Sparks, welcome to the SouFLoTV family. Marie's message 411 TV is welcoming Denise. Denise Sparks, welcome. Appreciate you being here. BM says you have to be very humble, and some people don't know how to act in certain situations in Jamaica. Remember the story I told you all about the guy that says, "Damn, y'all." He was visiting. He's a African American. Him said he was like, "Damn, y'all police officers, they do stuff different in Jamaica, man." We were driving in a Jeep. Remember me telling them they rent a Jeep and they were driving, and him said the police them pull up next to him. I'm thinking he probably went into a ZOSO, a zone of special operations setup, right? And because them are Yankee, they now you're Yankee, but you're black, and the Jamaican police might assume at first there are some Jamaican youth them, I know. They don't really know that there could be a language barrier. That could happen too for the first couple of seconds. So the police was trying to pull them over. And his account was, I guess the police shouted something before and we missed it or didn't know what it meant because they drove up and was doing like this and we didn't know what it meant. We thought it meant move over so they could pass or something. So homie speed up that was driving the Jeep so they can pass. But I move them, I tell them to pull over. I saw them tell you to pull over in a Jamaica. So he never understand that. So him said them speed up next to him the next time and the police have a rifle and him up on the side of the vehicle. And him say, yo, pull that bomber clot off of the road now. And he was like, oh shit. Like, damn. You know, you're expecting a light on top. You expect woo, woo, woo right behind you, because that's what happens here, right? Instead, him here, some profanities are. For him, it's not profanities because Americans don't think bumbleclot is profanities. They think it's funny. They like to say it a lot, and they love when you say it too. But them know, so when them hear it coming from you, if them don't know you like that, then it means something serious. So when him say pull that bumbleclot off our road, no, and we a rifle like this is when he realized, oh shit, we getting pulled over. Nothing happened. It was all good though. Our backseat full of luggage. My husband take out papers, give them, says Denise Park. Yeah, man. Some people don't know how to act certain situations in Jamaica. Some people just feel enough of themselves. Because I've seen people, I'm going to call my attorney. And this, I mean, no, say I don't have no attorney. I just flew in from one guy. They posted that video on Instagram not too long ago. One guy, him that they talk about, I am an American citizen, you know. I'm an American citizen, and you're messing with an American citizen. But his Jamaican accent was so strong. Him a talk about I'm an American citizen, you know. I may have my passport. See it here. So the Jamaican police, I said, calm down, no man. Brother, calm down. Me not even ask you all that. Okay, well, you have to justify why you pulled us over then. Because we weren't breaking any laws and we weren't doing anything. And me I said that you here, you're power, bro. You're there foreign too long. Yeah? Him not look like him go Jamaica on a regular basis. And I was actually making a joke because I was like, him need to go somewhere, go burn a little spliff and relax himself. Because him super power. I'm an American citizen, you know, and you're pulling over an American citizen. I mean, I said, you're pulling over an American citizen. Boy, in Jamaica, you're there. They can pull you over. What did you talk about? You're pulling over an American citizen. Are you trying to say that American citizen can't get pulled over in Jamaica? Weird. Weird. But yeah, some people go overboard with the foolishness, and then, of course, you're going to get in trouble. BM says, are you in America? All right. The man will pull out his passport. See, here's my passport. I have my papers, you know, I have my passport and everything. And he said something about he just landed in the country and him getting harassed and all these things. The police actually said, I think the police said we're doing a spot check. And if you want to be real, we're not drive kind of hard. Like you guys were speeding. Anyway, it's true here. But, you know, all I need is your driver's license registration. And, you know, I can run some information or whatever. He was like, driver's license and registration for what? We weren't breaking any laws. Like, brother, just give the driver's license and the registration and get to go about your business. It's that simple. Listen, I don't encourage no confrontation with no police officer, no time. You might end up running into one that's having a really, really bad day. And then what? Then what? Right? Remember, you know, they are human beings too. See? Me not defend the one them when I have no kind of brought up say and coolness about themselves. But I'm just saying, they're human beings too. You might run into one that's just genuinely having a friggin' bad day already. And you are going to heighten this now for what? Nobody cares that you just flew into the country. Him never asks you if you're a foreigner. He's asking for papers for the vehicle you're operating. Give him the papers for the vehicle you're operating and then get to go about your business. It's that simple. Keep it simple. Just keep it simple. He probably thought he was at the checkout line at the airport. Yeah. When police stopped me and I present my Florida driver license, they just check paperwork, tell me to be safe on the road. Says PG. Exactly PG. For me too. Sometimes they don't even bother ask for all that. Them just looking at the vehicle like this. They don't not even like go in, you know. They just look from outside. Like the last one may I tell you about, I was wondering why he was so quiet. Cause him rifle there also. And him just lean back like this and him kind of looking at the back seat, look up in the front seat, and then him just tap the top of the car. I said, go on, man. Have a good day. I'm going to say, all right, officer, you too. And just drive off. That's it. Not even bother asking, like, pull out this and pull out that or nothing. So you have to know how to deal with them. And I would advise you to show them some respect. At the end of the day, you must understand what their job is too. They are law enforcement officers, police officers, right? They should be dealt with respect. If you are found disrespecting those who enforce the law, it kind of tells them straight off the bat that you have no respect for law. At that time, them are going to start to search you up. Then I this a boy talk hard to police, so like him a bad man or him no. Because I tell you the truth, the average law-abiding tax-paying citizen, they don't approach police officers aggressively. They don't. is the people them who feel like them better than the police. Oh, me have bad man virgin where I have real. Your gun no nothing. Me have one of them that put on run at me yard too. Matter of fact, me have the newer one way better than that. Them talk to police all kind of way. Me and you, we not talk to the police them kind of way. And that's one of the things they use also to determine if they should go further. Them are going to search the trunk. Them are going to search in the car. Them are going to want you come out of the car and stand up on the side of the road. Them are going to want to take out your luggage them or whatever you have in there because of your mannerisms. So you could get away with a lot just by your mannerism. It tells law enforcement whether you respect law or not. Right. So let's keep it kosher, my friend. Chris H said, why was my comment deleted? I don't know, Chris. My two hand them over here, so I'm not deleting anything. He probably thinks he was. What comment did you make? Or maybe the comment section is running so fast that your comment got buried under another comment and another comment. All right. So before we get into the last topic of the morning, which is the Diddy and Cassie situation, let me reiterate this again. We are very much pro-police. We are very much pro-law enforcement. We are very much pro-law. We are law-abiding, tax-paying citizens, and we don't want to be misconstrued, guessed, thought of as anything else but that. With that said, the JFJ, Jamaica for Justice, is not an anti-police group, and they are not doing anything that's anti-police. Believe me when I tell you this, I would be the first person to point out to you that the JFJ is actually anti-police. I would be the first to point that out to you if I saw anything like that coming from them, right? They are looking out for us. They are looking out for all Jamaicans, including police officers. They're asking for accountability and transparency. That's the basic of that. All right? All right. So stop spreading the narrative, and anywhere you can do your part too, anywhere you see it, tackle it. Because here's the thing, we have a responsibility, because if we allow the other narrative to fly, people see it 100 times for the day, they start to think that it's real, and that's the truth. If they see your narrative disrupting that fake narrative, then they have something to think about, right? Especially if you can explain yourself. So be a part of the engine that's moving in a positive direction by directing the people them to truth. That's not what it is over there. You're misguided. They're actually looking out for us, right? All right. Moving right along. Last topic for the morning is the Diddy and Cassie, the trial. It's not even Diddy and Cassie. It's the Sean P. Diddy Combs trial. It is on again this morning. There are probably a lot of stuff that's already said in the courtroom this morning that I've missed already. I wanted to be off of here by 11 o'clock so I could go tune into that so I can gather my notes and all these other things. It's a very interesting case. I mean, Sean P. Diddy Combs is looking at up to life in prison. Worse, I mean, even if they don't give him life, they could very well bury him like a R. Kelly, 20, 30 years in prison, all these other things. Very interesting case. What I've gathered so far about the Cassie thing, and I said it earlier before I started, I know that a lot of you females, women, you have either been in an abusive relationship before or knows of friends, family members who are female who have been in an abusive relationship before. So this kind of also plays into how you feel about a case like this. Instead of you looking at this case just for the case, you are going to put your own emotions into it because of your past experiences, right? All right. I don't want nobody cuss me out because you're triggered. So if you're triggered, kind of try to hold it down, please. I made no bones about it. I didn't hide it. I've looked at the case. I said I don't think that Diddy did what they're accusing him of doing. And I think that he has a chance to beat this, and he should. There are a lot of people that disagree with me and think he should go to prison. Some people are saying he should go to prison forever. And I said, forever for what? Tell me specifically what he did that would require a life sentence in prison. They can't answer. See, I'm going off of the details of the case. So yesterday, right? Here's one funny point for me. Funny, but not funny. And we're going to trail off a little bit with this one. Watching Cassie's husband leave court yesterday, that man stepped out of the courtroom and his whole face said he was mad as hell. I said that this morning and somebody left a comment and said, maybe you're misreading Cassie's husband. Maybe they already sat and talked about what was going to be on the video. And maybe he is just upset because Cassie is pregnant and she is on the stand. She is being grilled by the defense team. And that's what you're seeing, you know, a hostile environment in the courtroom for her. And my answer to that was, no matter how you sit and try to prepare your spouse, if my wife knows, tell me, say, let's personalize this. If my wife tells me, look, babe, we're going into court. I mean, we already got to $30-40 million, right? So we're good financially now. The boy pay up. But this is where we are going to sink him. So I'm going into court to go testify to what I know and all this other stuff. They're going to play videos. Back when I was with him, you know, and my wife, I tried to prepare me, right? Back when I was with him, we used to do these sex parties. And the videos, it used to be videos made. How do you prepare your husband to see on video somebody pissing in your mouth and you collecting it? Damn, I was choking. Oh, that's what the printout said from the court yesterday. Diddy ordered the escort to pee in her mouth, and he did. And then she said she was choking after it was done. She was like, "Oh, I was choking." Like, hearing her tell me I'm gonna see some stuff on the tape and I'm not like that anymore and blah blah blah, that's a one thing. Seeing it, I'm still gonna be mad. Even if I said, you know what, babe, I don't care about any of that. That's your past. Me and you've been together for XYZ. You know, we're on our third baby, blah, blah, blah. I once said that. I'm going to be looking at her weird for a while. Like, where were you in life? Where were you mentally that you checked for a dude so much that he could order people to piss in your mouth when you took it? And here's the thing. That's one encounter of many. That's one encounter of many, and that's one time of many other times after. So it's not like you were like, there was no resistance. There was no, I don't want to do this. There was no stop. There was no, I'm not doing that. I don't do stuff like that. There was no, it was just compliance. You know, and now they paint the picture like Diddy made everybody do what they did. We listen, we don't judge. Great Goody. Great Goody said we listen, we don't judge. Yo, now they paint the picture like this man made everybody do what they did. I'm, come on. He, I don't think he made nobody do what they did. I think they were into some freaky stuff. They were into some freaky stuff, man. Diddy's lawyer said what I said a couple of weeks ago. Remember when I said a couple of weeks ago? Because I saw it. I saw it. I said Cassie wanted to be the it woman in Diddy's life. She wanted to be the woman that was attached to the uber super successful, flamboyant, wealthy, black billionaire kind of thing. Came up with him. She wanted to be that. Yeah, we started out doing music. I'm super talented, but I'm also his wife. I'm secured now. We have kids. Put the music on the back burner and handle other types of businesses. She wanted to be a more intricate part of his life. Y'all got to understand something, right? You see, when Cassie was with Diddy, Diddy had other women while he was with Cassie, like Kim Porter. Diddy was with Kim, wifed up Kim, while Cassie was still there, and Cassie knew, and Kim knew. In court yesterday, Diddy's attorney said things got sour when Cassie finally realized that she was never going to be Diddy's wife. That would make anybody bitter, you know? That would make anybody bitter. Like, damn, you got me doing, so I'm just your plaything then. I'm your sex toy. You got me sleeping with all these people to amuse you. I mean, a lot of stuff came out, like multiple guys on Cassie. I mean, ladies, me always tell woman this. If a man you there with where your heart and soul in a him, and he wants to see a next man plug you, you, what part of you tells you that this is your guy, that this man loves you and cares for you and wants anything good for you? Let me tell you something. From a man's perspective, men are super territorial and super jealous even when they don't act like it or say it out loud. So any man where I tell you about, make him climb on top of you, I want him put it in from up here so and then him do it down here. I want to see like everybody all at once going and him sit down back and I watch like this is my live porn and you the subject of that. What part of you would make you think that he wants to wife you? The attorney, that's non's I same thing me ask. Like I said, them freaky. The attorney for Cassie's side yesterday tried to paint a picture. This is what she said. She said Cassie was pretty young when she got with Diddy, and she reluctantly attended her first freak off. And the rest of them she subsequently went to because she had fallen in love with him and she wanted to please him. I said, this lawyer is not too smart because while you're there trying to say the man was into like human trafficking and force and coercion, you just out your own damn mouth said she reluctantly attended, which means, you know, he probably had to talk her into it. Like, come on, babe, this is what I'm into. You know, you'll have fun. You'll be all right. Just let's at least go and see what it's like. When she realized that's what he's into, she became willing participant. That lasted over a decade. A decade. Anybody who did at 10, a decade past them at 20. 20 years. 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 20 A 10-year-old to a 20-year-old are two different somebody that anybody that was 20, 30, and they are 30 or 40, who did a 40 turn 50, right? Lasted over a decade. I see people saying stuff like, I'm glad that other women are here who understand the dynamics of an abusive relationship and why you stay. But SouFlo, she said she was trying to get away, but every time she tried to get away, he would find her. Okay. His lawyers ain't playing around. So you were trying to get away. You don't have not one police report? If I'm really trying to get away from somebody, of all the things I'm going to have is one police report, because that's the first place you should have run, go. Police station. Everybody knows that. Run to the police station. Him can't beat the police. We've seen men way more powerful than him brought down by police. The Italian mob, John Gotti, you name it, they've been brought down by the police. Billionaires that had way more than he did, brought down by the police. So if you were really trying to escape, really trying to get away, how come you never went to the police, not even once? Not even once, you never go to the police. What kind of getaway were you trying to get away? So back to his lawyers now. His lawyer starts painting a picture of this was a toxic relationship. This wasn't no coercion and like they're trying to paint it out to be in human trafficking. And this was a toxic relationship. This was a toxic relationship between two people who were toxic. And they hated and loved each other at the same damn time. And they wanted to leave and couldn't let go at the same damn time. And a lot of toxic stuff was happening in the process. That video of Cassie in the hotel where Diddy comes flying around the corner in the in the towel and then boom bam bop and dragged her back to the room. This is why I was telling everybody to read the complete paperwork. Don't be triggered like everybody else and just go off of that piece of the video. I'm not saying that piece of the video is justified. I'm saying read the paperwork. The paperwork itself, Cassie wrote that. Those are her words. She said they were up there binging for days. This was after one of those freak-offs. They were up there binging for days. There was alcohol, marijuana, and cocaine. They high, got in an argument. Argument went south, got physical. She was trying to leave. When he fell asleep, he jumped up and panicked and ran her down the hallway. You saw what you saw, dragged her back to the room, broke the vase, which we saw on camera. And he was so high, he fell asleep again. Now, some of y'all out here, you haven't done coke. I haven't done no coke. But I've been drunk before. And I've been high before. And I fell asleep. And I woke up and I fell asleep. And I know when you go into a deep sleep when you're super drunk or super high, so deep that the people around you can leave and you won't even realize it. Cassie's own words. When you saw him drag me back to the room, he fell asleep again. And that time I was able to leave. He did not wake up. And I left. She said she went to her own place. She had the limo driver take her to her own place. And she cleaned up herself, showered, did whatever. And then she decided she's going to go back over there. Again, aren't you trying to escape? What you going back over there for? So she goes back over there on her own. That man passed out upstairs. That would have been a perfect time to go to the police station and say, listen, he passed out upstairs. He just whooped my ass. It's on camera in the building. He just gave money to the guard to try to hide the footage. I'm pressing charges. The guy that was the security guard then is actually a police officer today. So, you know, he went up the ladder. And he testified yesterday in court that Diddy threw the money at him, threw a sack of money at him and told him, don't let this get out. So Diddy's attorney yesterday said when he threw the money at him, he wasn't trying to cover himself up. He was trying to cover up him and Cassie. He was trying to cover up the whole situation, the embarrassment of the whole situation, because as you can see, they were still together for years after that. That happened in 2016. I think Cassie and Diddy parted ways officially in 2020. Right. So they were still together for years after that. He asked them, anybody going to press charges? Do I need to call the police? Diddy said, I'm not pressing no charges. Cassie said, I'm not pressing no charges. That was his testimony. And because they asked him, why did you not report it to the police? You're police now. You weren't then, you were a guard then. But why did you not report it then to the police? It wasn't because we got paid. It was because none of them said, both of them said none of them wanted to press any charges. You understand? Nan says she rushed to him when Kim passed. Man, I tell women this all the time, man. When you hear that Monday, I tell you about him want threesome and him want this and him want do that. Trust me, him not gonna look on you the same again after that. If he that kind of guy, he's gonna get his kicks and jollies off. Yeah. But he ain't gonna look at you the same again after that. And judging by what the prosecution is saying, you know, on the tapes, and the whole heap of guys that's been through Cassie and for Diddy's pleasure, of course he was never going to look at her like, I want to wife her. See, he probably knew that with Kim, he couldn't even suggest anything like that. I'm not saying they might not have done a one freak off here and there, because for them world look extra freaky. So I'm not saying them never do like a little treat some here and there or something like that. However, it's documented in Cassie's own writing, like he used to tell her to go get them. And make sure you get the guys with the biggest. Imagine you a woman and you out here searching for men with the biggest schlongs so you could boink them in front of your man. I would think, if I was a woman, I would think my man was gay. I would think he don't really want to see me, because he could see me without anybody else there. Why he want to see naked men on me? I think he really into the men, not me. That's what I would be thinking. But when you have money, right? Money does a whole lot. Said this before, I'll say it again. If Cassie, and I don't mean to put her in a bad light, I'm just being realistic. If Cassie was if Diddy was a broke dude, the first time he hit Cassie should have been out of there. If he was a broke dude, the first time he hit her, she would have been out of there. If he was a broke dude, the first time he ordered somebody to pee in her mouth, she would have been out of there. Oh, hell no. I'm not doing that. You crazy as hell. That's nasty. You want me to do that? No. Out of there. That money's so big, man. Remember, this ain't regular money we talking about. Even for all of us who know people with money here, we still don't know that type of money. We don't know private jet money. Ownership of private jet money, not take a private jet, not charter a private jet, ownership of private jet money. We don't know them kind of money there. We don't know multiple $50+ million mansions money. We don't know that kind of money. We don't know big yachts. Take the yacht out to the middle of the sea for a week in the middle of the ocean with 100 people on it and party for one straight week money. We don't know them kind of money there. We don't know punch you in your eye and your eye get black and I'll give you $150,000. That's just for shopping. Put you on the jet where you want to go. St. Bart's, gone for a week. That eye got to heal up before I can bring you back out in public. Kind of money there. I'm sorry. You hit me, I hit you back when we need to stop this shit. But I love you though. We don't know them kind of money there. But those kind of money make women stay. Some women, they'll stay for that kind of money. Yeah. You can't punch me for free, but for 150,000 US, I'll take a lick or two. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning. Yeah, family. What? Your phone low, man. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. My question is, if the husband where Cassie have now did know say I did it, she did do it, I know the things then where she do, why would he be surprised now when him go court?
Okay, so I was just getting to that. So it's not a surprise when he goes court. It's nothing prepares you to see it. Hearing it is one thing. Like if somebody there with a woman, right, and the woman tell me, say, listen, SouFLo, before you, I'm gonna be honest with you because I don't want you finding out anywhere else. I did all kinds of stuff. If you could think about it, I did it. I probably did it because I wasn't myself. A lot of the times I was high. I was with other freaky people who did all kinds of stuff. Okay, I'm gonna say, okay, babes, you know what? I don't even want to hear about all that because I'm not concerned about your past. I'm concerned about me and you from today forward. Until I see a video of somebody pissing in her mouth, then that's a whole nother. And now I'm seeing it. So it's very different hearing about it than seeing it.
I know that him see it, him can't unsee it.
No, that him see it, him can't unsee it.
So how am I gonna deal with her like in the bedroom now?
They're gonna have
when him know and see these things where she do.
Naturally, they're gonna go through their own stuff behind the scenes. Naturally.
May I go back in the chat?
All right, good one. But naturally, they're gonna go through their own stuff. I tell you what, she just made a bag of money though off of that settlement. So I wouldn't be going anywhere. She done gave you 2 kids already, and she's on her 3rd. She's actually pregnant, big pregnant right now. So I wouldn't be going anywhere. We could take some, right, King Biggs. We could take some of that money, go do some counseling, right? And you can continue to love her. But of course, it'll always be in the back of your mind. You know, this is a lesson too, though. This is a lesson. I was saying yesterday on IG, this is a lesson for us men. Like a woman, they have a saying, and the saying says, a woman makes rules for the guy that she doesn't really like. She breaks rules for the guy that she really wants. So you see when a woman there with your bro and she tell you about, I don't do this and me not do that and I'm not into this and I would never do that. And you go running a video where I know him I do it, you know. He's commanding someone else to piss in her mouth. Yes, I see a woman will tell us, I don't do this and me not do that. And I'm gonna do this and I didn't do that, right? That just says she have a higher ratings for him. Like she was his yam head. Anything him say, go. Cartel, you have a song where say, anywhere me say fi go, she go, you know. Yeah, anything him say, she go. You, she have limits for you. Right. So I hope that ain't the case for her and her husband. And she didn't give him no long list of I don't do this and I wouldn't do that. And this is the turn off and that I couldn't even stomach even trying that. And next thing he go see video and he's like, Bomba clot, yo, blood fire, yo, can't look. My heart's breaking. I can't look. She told me she did everything and never in my wildest dreams I thought everything meant this. Remember, I know everybody freak it to the extreme, you know. And everybody freak it to the extreme. And it seems like Diddy was in it to the extreme. This is extreme. Let's Bond TV, big up yourself. Let's Bond TV said that relationship will be different after this trial. It might not even make it. That's true. That's true. After this trial, it might not even make it. Now, I tell us, man, I think I could read men, in particular body language, facial expressions. That man looked pissed off yesterday when he came out that courtroom. To a different level of piss off. And surprised. It was like, and disappointed. You know how some people too, if them find out something about your past, them just fling it back in your face all the time, even though they would tell you that, okay, that's your past, I don't really care about that. And next thing you know, you have an argument down the road. Down the road as in weeks, months, years later in your relationship, and boom, that gets flinged back in your face, right? Yeah, you won't do this for me, but remember that video? I seen that man pissing in your damn mouth, and you're like, oh, why are we bringing this up now? I told you I was in a bad place, and that was years ago. But you see, you know what I'm saying? I don't think they'll ever be the same. They'll have to work on that. They have to work on. I wish them all the best though. King Big said enough man with a cut. Bro. And this is why Diddy wouldn't wife her. What do you look like being Sean P. Diddy Combs? And you know for a fact, you know more than 20, 30 men who you instructed to run through that. And they did right in front of you. And she allowed it. And you see, the messed up part is she was doing it to please him. That's the messed up part. She was doing it to please him. And I think he was just getting carried away seeing how far he could go. I got my own personal little porn star. Let me see how far I could go. Let me see how extra I could, because I want to see it all in real time right in front of me. And I got somebody who's willing to do it. Damn. Some people just naive like that. When them in love, you have to understand that sometimes you're in love, you see, and then you are the only person when in love in another relationship there. That will teach you a lot too. Nance say low self-esteem. No Nance, high money, not low self-esteem. Money tall. That's why. Money tall. Remember the girl that told us about flying out to Dubai with our friend? Because our friend was coming up in life. I think she said the friend was, if I remember the story correctly, we did it right here. The friend lived in an exclusive gated community where only high-income people could live and had a luxury SUV. I don't remember if it was a G-Wagon or something, but she said she was wondering how, because this is a friend she grew up with, and how the hell her life just take off like this, right? And she don't see her going to work or nothing like that. She try to figure out how what. And she begged her, please put her on, like whatever it is you're doing. And she said, but you got to make one promise, don't tell nobody nothing. Now remember that story? And remember the fly out to Dubai story? And how when they got there on the yacht, she said the men them didn't even speak to them. They didn't even look at them. And it was the first time she was separated from her friend because a guy came and took the friend to one place and took her to another place. She ended up on the yacht in a room by herself. Them tell them to drink and enjoy themselves and wherever they will call them when they're ready. It's the first time she actually see that in person, right? When the man pop a squat over her friend and lit and take a dump right on her chest. When she said when she got back and she asked the friend, what did the friend say? She said it used to bother her when she first started doing it, but it don't really bother her no more. She wash it off and go spend her money. The other friend said she can't do that. So I guess she ain't gonna be getting a lot of money like the friend is. Yeah. So you hear these things and you think somebody must be making this up, and this no, it's real. It's real. Them people that you have to understand, there's people out there who have money so much that money don't mean nothing to them. If you could literally throw away $1 million today and you don't miss it, do you know how many people are lined up to do whatever you want them to do, thinking they could get that $1 million that you could throw away today because you won't miss it? They want a fraction of it. And they're willing to do whatever you say. I'll need you to lay down right here, close your eyes, and just open your mouth. That's it. I want a man squat over here and force out a big brown one in your mouth. You ain't telling nobody, but you took the money. Listen, people will do anything for money out here. Yeah? People will do anything for rotted money out here. Study the psychology of certain fetishes. You will know. SMH, says Chris H. Yeah, it's about power and control. Are you alone over there in love? May I give the boy the threesome because I love him, me see. Girl, copy. If I laugh, him more laugh after you, I'm going to tell him friend them. BM says, I'm really thinking that the husband didn't know about her past except that he was with a rich dude. She was with a rich dude, Diddy, and that was good enough to marry her. I don't know. I think she might have told him stuff, especially coming up to this trial, because the attorneys already saw the tapes. Just like in the Shannon Sharp situation, the attorneys have all on both sides sat together and watched the tape. And they invited Shannon to come watch the tape with them, and him said no, him not watch it. But they prepare you for trial by saying, hey, we watched the tape. They got a couple of tapes. There's one with, can I be frank? And you're like, yes, go ahead. There's one with you and about 6 guys. And I mean, you guys are like going at it. Everybody is naked. Are you comfortable with your husband seeing that? Because they're going to show it. She's like, this is something I'm going to have to deal with. There's one where Mr. Combs is ordering someone to pee in your mouth, and you're like, oh, I was choking. Are you comfortable with your husband seeing all that? They have to prepare them for it. So they go through all that. Like I said, you could sit there and talk about, oh, that's fine. I still love you, babe. That's your past. Until you actually see it in person. A lot of people say, I don't care about your past because they can't see it in person. If they could actually see a video of it, they would very much care about your past. They would very much care about your past. Yeah. Emotional damage, Chris. Emotional damage. The worst part, did I try to do something like that to her one time? Cause you call yourself, let's unleash our inner freaks, babe. We're married, we're together forever. There should be no boundary between us. Up in your mouth. And she's like, yeah, what are you trying to do? No, I'm not into stuff like that. I would never. And then you go court. Let me go court and support my wife. and that's what they play, and that's what you see on the tape. You madder than a muck. Listen, you could chew damn concrete off the wall. You mad as hell. Cause you're like, what? You all them something that was missing man I do to you. And every time me try any of them, you tell me about no, and you not into this and you not into that. And me are the person you're supposed to do all of them something that with. Now me married you. And me and the man who married you, you know, everybody else look at you like you wasn't worthy of marriage. I married you. And now you don't want to do none of them things. Listen, I think as a woman, if you save yourself or save some things for your husband. Miss Kitty said, remember Miss Kitty did a go around with her rounds before she get married, and Miss Kitty said, not even a backers boy can get. Miss Kitty said, no boy couldn't even get a backers. She said, not even a backers can me like, you know, I want to turn around, you know, boy. Right here, missionary, yep, I'm done going about to business. Save some things to your husband. Every man you there with backers, yo, finger in your boo boo hole too. All these things. Spread you out and stretch you out. You know, I'm not left for the husband when husband come. When husband come, you're tired of all them something that you tell husband about. No, I don't want to do any of those things. I don't like those things. That time you do the whole of them already. With people who didn't even think you were worthy to be wife. No man, if you see some things for the man when he thinks that you're worthy to be wife, man. Yeah. Spook him a little bit. Yo, let's buy TVs and that's why wickedness can't done. Why? British Jamaican girls say money, money, money. Oh, that's the reason the big A is so active in Jamaica right now, because everyone wants to be rich, even with their ass. Yes, and that is absolutely true, British Jamaican girls. Are true? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
SouFLo, my brother.
Yo, bro, what go on?
The whole brother that's not soul.
Yeah.
I reach on me, I want to save soul. Let's see me.
Don't. Wait there. Yes. Wait, yes, snatch me your soul too.
Yes, that's coming too. No, nobody popping out to a savior now. Continue. Yes.
No.
Man. No. You want the table. No. More like a man in two.
Yeah.
No, continue.
You're a good girl for me now.
Let me say, I see you more than that, honey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But your worst behavior for me.
Continue.
All right. Yo, go on your worst behavior for me. No matter with the good girl stuff now. But you know what? I was watching a video yesterday and that's it. They were doing a survey. It's a tall, dark-skinned brother would do outer street interviews and him asks people questions like, so how long you been in a relationship? How old are you? X, Y, Z. Right? You know, him did I do a survey. And majority of the women said this. Of course, him catch them out a door when them did a come from club, so none of them did tipsy or whatever. But majority of them said, all the freaky things that them don't do those with their man. Them do those with others, because then they're not judged. Which is something to think about too. So anyhow, she looks at you and thinks that you could be the one, like husband type, she gonna start be good for you. And she not gonna show you all her dirty ways. But if she just feel like says her rammings for the one yeah, she will broke out completely for the one day. And then we go our ways and then we look at each other like nothing never happened and we don't know each other. Right? But in order to get you to think that I'm worthy of a wife, I can't show you all these things. We can't make you know say me dirty like this. I'm do them something, yeah. Yeah. And I get it. But that's just messed up. Because that means none of us should ever go in there staking a claim saying we want to be husband. No, we want to be the dirty junker that you've always been looking for your whole life. Yeah, I'm not judgmental. You can be on your worst behavior with me. I want every whole exercise out of you. I want to do every frigging thing in the book. Everything you ever dreamed of. I'm not tell nobody. We have secrets for each other. When we done, we supposed to can look at each other and say, yuck. We're nasty. You know, love that skirt. But we don't tell nobody about it. I feel a secret that. Yeah. Because and that husband get husband get husband get oh no. That's so nasty. Ew. I would never. Oh my god. That's disgusting. And that husband get, you know? That husband get a husband did a dead little extra X-rated action. Me don't dedicate my life to you now. Me say this is it forever. And you tell me say this I stop? No sir. Mm-mm. You have to go be my one-stop shop. That means anything me think of. We have to can say me head take me to there and me say yeah me quit. You have to can say okay babe let's try. You know, but I come with it no I don't want to and I don't live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, SouFlo.
Morning family, how you doing?
I'm fine. Yeah, on the topic of the whole money situation and the rich man, I was listening to a lady on her platform a couple months ago on YouTube, and she was talking about the same Dubai, young girls leaving from Jamaica going to Dubai for money and whatever. And she was talking about this young lady that went there. But when she didn't know that the man wasn't going to sleep with her, the man let him dog sleep with her.
That's another one.
Yes.
Or them Shetland ponies. Yeah.
And when she reached Jamaica now, she mad because them say she's on the road mad because it's like she can't comprehend say she really make a dog sleep with her for money.
Rotted.
Them say she mad. Mad out.
So the money couldn't keep her sane.
Exactly.
Why?
It's
Some
crazy,
people
man.
do some things
The
for
things
money.
that
You
way
see?
some people do, man, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because of money.
Just because of money, my friend.
Yeah.
Why?
But okay then.
All right, my friend.
All right. Okay.
Just because of money. But that's what money does. You know? That's what money does. So back to the Cassie and Diddy situation, man. I don't want to like throw her up under the bus. We're watching, so I don't owe no loyalty to any of them. I'm watching from the outside looking in, and I'm telling you that had he been a broke dude, he would not have gotten half of anything she gave him out of her. She was on a mission. Cassie was on a mission. She was on a mission to be a big superstar in the entertainment industry, and she had the fish on the hook that she thought was going to make it happen for her. Don't act like we're dumb. Any of us had dreams of ever being an entertainer or artist, and you end up in a Diddy bed. As a woman, of course. When I chat to someone, boy, as a woman, of course. You end up in a bed, and you the one be big singer, that was your dream. And this is at the height of his career when he was like taking everybody to the moon and stuff. Come on now. You had dreams for you of you too. Y'all should go watch Young Chop. Young Chopper? Young Chopper interview. Just Google YouTube Young Chopper interview. Not NLE Chopper, the Jamaican boy that's a rapper, but Young Chop interview. He was there. He was signed to Diddy the same time Cassie was around them times. And listen to him give his account of all that was happening. He's the one that did the interview where he said, listen, man, I don't know where they come from with this whole Puffy used to beat her and all this other stuff. We in a meeting one day, and I forgot what he said, but she just hauled off and boomed him in his face like hard fist punch in front of everybody. And the interviewer was like, Cassie? And he was like, yeah, don't be thinking. Cassie used to tear shit up. She was super violent when she was ready. And he had to fight too, because she would fight him too. What I get from that, they were both toxic as hell. They were both toxic as hell. Young Miami been through stuff too. Absolutely. King Biggs. I was watching an interview with Young Miami where you know one of them people that come drop lawsuit for me, that's why I because that's why I only go off of what they have said. And it's on record. Young Miami was doing an interview with Diddy there, and they were asking about these weekend parties and these freak offs. And Diddy was like, yeah, ask her about my parties. You tell him like that. And she was like, man, oh, I was so tired and dehydrated. You need about a week's rest after one of those. And I had to go get IVs and all that. So I said to myself, say, what kind of party this where y'all gonna need to get IVs and a week rest? Them kind of party there. Them kind of party there. You can't imagine pelting waist for 3 days straight, boy. You're pelting waist for 3 days straight. I don't know what kind of drugs that is. And what kind of drugs would I have yourself? You just have pelt waist for 3 days. And your thing just stiff like board and you just can't down here and you just go till your head a spin till I want y'all to spin your head like this for 10 seconds. You start feel like you're in a different world. Lord, imagine that pelting waist for 3 days straight. Whoa. Was this on Carisha, please? I don't know, Nance. I just randomly saw not commercial. I just randomly saw the interview. It was a girl that was interviewing them. I know that. Me don't know the whole of them. Nance said 10-hour sessions. No, them talk about days. Days. Like 3-4 days straight. Not no 10-hour session. Days. I don't know what the hell they must. The only drugs I know that keep you up for days, them drugs then make you look attractive. So even if me did not take some of them drugs there, me in there with them, me wouldn't find nobody attractive because the whole of it in there looks up. And you in there geeked out too, because I saw them kind of drugs that make you act. You man, I'm geeking. Oh, who's attractive in there? Ain't nobody in here attractive. You move. You look weird. You look like you about to hurt me. Get off me. I would have been in there like all Paro and stuff. We don't know. Hey, then that first time I hear about pink cocaine, and they're like, yeah, and it's more smoother than the white cocaine, you know? And the high is more intense, but it's more mellow, but it takes you there. And this, I'm like, yo, when you have money, you see, it can be a blessing and a curse, you know? It can be a blessing and a curse. BM says, how can that be enjoyable? I don't know. I don't know, but that's to show you that they're not living no kind of regular life that we're living. You know what I mean? We get something for drink in our system and decide to go an hour and a half, and we are gonna run our next round, and them make food thing look like child's play. Cause them I talk about, you talking about rounds. We talk about days. You're there on boat, we there on yacht. You know, you in a hotel room, we up here in a skyscraper. For them thing just different. That's different. It's a whole nother world. And you'll be surprised to know what people will do. The only thing I say about Cassie is this, right? I'm gonna end this video right now because I want to go keep up to date with the trial. The only thing I say about Cassie is that she deserved that money that Diddy settled for. He should have, if he was smart, even his attorney said, had he paid her when she first came to him, all this would not be happening right now. So that's for one. For two, I said that she deserved that money only because he robbed that girl of her publishing. She don't own the rights to her music. And when you see somebody with their yachts and their mansions and their all that, just know that a part of your publishing money is what gives them all of that. So she went in it thinking she was going to get something out of it. If I wasn't going to be a star, I was actually going to be his wife somewhere down the road. She didn't become a big star like she thought she would. She got like one hit. She didn't become his wife. She became the girl that he used to do all his sexcapades. And she thought that she was pleasing him by doing that, showing him how much of a ride or die she is. And all the while, it kept on making him even think more. The more she did those things for him, I think is the more she moved further and further away from the goalpost of being a wife. Every act that she did, all of them freaky out there. Each time she did it was further and further away from being a wife. If Cassie had stayed who she was from the beginning, he probably would have wifed her because he would have been like, yeah, she not that type. She not into this. But once a man find out saying can twist you like this and twist you like that and make you do this and do that, then it's a wrap, right? So I think she deserved the money for that. Her publishing, her royalties stuff, and the fact that she didn't get a career out of this like she thought she would, that part. But as far as the relationship, that was a mutual relationship between two toxic people who obviously both had an agenda. Diddy definitely looked at her as that girl that he can do every and anything with. And she definitely looked at him as long as I do anything and everything he wants and keep him satisfied this way, he'll take me to the top and I'll always be where the money resides. So they both had a end plan for each other, and it just didn't work out the way how that worked out. And that's where we're at with this. That's my summation of what I've seen so far. I'm going to stay close to it. Stay close to me as I stay close to it. I'm sure we're going to have more to talk about tomorrow because they are going in today. All right. With that said, manners and respect to everybody tuning in. Big up on yourself. I appreciate you greatly for being here. Yes, BM, they played equal parts, so nobody should be looking to go to prison because the relationship is sour. Did y'all see yesterday Lil Wayne's girl? She's on the streets doing videos talking about he kicked her out on Mother's Day with her daughter. And if anybody has a link to a good lawyer, should call her, hit her DMs up and give her the lawyer's number. And all of a sudden, that guy didn't need just emotionally abuse me. He actually put his hands on me. When I saw the video, I predicted that before we got to that part. I said, here comes the white girl, tears. And I bet money she's going to walk away with some kind of money. That's for another story for another day. I'll catch y'all later, man. Be good. Remember, God in everything, right? All right. Like my granny, Miss Ruby said, if you can't be good, be careful, but it's best to be good. And my grandfather, Mas Cleavy, said, I will see you tomorrow if God spare my life. Walk good. I'm out. Peace.